I admit I'm a Jew. I believe in Jesus. And I'm also some sort of crazed Jesus fanatic myself. I keep it to myself, and I don't bother and disturb anyone with my beliefs. These are all the Jesus films I have on DVD and Blu-ray. The animated version of Passion of the Christ, Risen, Son of God, the Jesus film, The Life of Jesus Christ, The Passion of the Christ, English Director's Cut version. The difference between the Director's Cut version of Passion of the Christ and the actual version, the Director's Cut version, is actually more grotesque and violent than the actual version. Paul, Apostle of Christ, the Gospel Collection, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, four Jesus films in a single pack. The greatest story ever told. Paul the Apostle on DVD. And finally, Jesus of Nazareth. Thank you all for watching. I wish you all thank you all for watching. I wish you all good health and a happy new year. Thank you.
Okay, all ready to go? Let's get started! I'll start the game.
Yes, everyone, and welcome to the cool stream. How are you, everyone? Happy Christmas Eve, everyone out there. We've got 17 lonely fucks in here with Akiko. We're your hassys. Show 'em if you got 'em. What you sipping on tonight? I got the OG right here. We got a rep. Wow. Wow, what a night. What a unholy night it has been. No, I'm glad to be here. It's Merry Dogsmas, MD Chaos. What's up, Nemesis 9? We've got, I read the book of John. Come on, guys. We're playing Blue Stinger. That's the reason for the season. I've got my GDMU here. The GDMU, I always want to say goddamn menu. But the GDMU here is an SD card reader that I installed on my Dreamcast. Maybe I can pick up my Dreamcast and show it off while it's powered on because there's no disc in it. So let's see how that goes. Are you guys ready? I'm picking up my Dreamcast. That's what they look like in North America. Okay, I'm going to pop it open. Don't be scared. What do you see in there? There's a little SD card slot right there, and I 3D printed the shell that goes in there. But that's what we're playing. All the good games are on there. I do need to replace the fan in this because the fan in the Dreamcast is quite loud. You might be able to hear a little bit of it in the background. I actually might need to put my Dreamcast far away from the microphone. Yeah, I have a Hassy tee, Isaac. I think I printed this. Did I wear this in the Blue Stinger video that I made oh so long ago? I can't remember. I remember I wore a blue shirt. And then I designed Kirk's Dogs Bower shirt. I actually did graphic design for it, and I got it custom printed, that wind shirt with the hammerhead shark on the back. So there's a little lore for you. I see Hassies in chat. We've got Garden back with the Hassies. Mr. I Love Music with the Hassies. Yeah, show me them Hassies. Mr. I Love Music, yes, it is better than burning CDs because this is some old school shit and probably nobody cares about this, but the Dreamcast has almost like no copyright protection on it. So one Christmas, way back when, like back when the PS2 was out and the Xbox was out, and we were staring down the 7th gen of the 360 and the PS3, all I asked for one Christmas was a spindle of CDs, CDRs, so I could download Dreamcast images, burn them with my CD burner, and I just had a whole spindle of Dreamcast games, and that was my Dreamcast Christmas that year. But the problem with burning Dreamcast CDs is they make some cuts. Like, they cut out some data, they cut out some music and other things to make them fit on the CD. Because the Dreamcast used what they called a GD-ROM. GD-ROM was a kind of a proprietary CD format, higher capacity than your normal one. So there's your little history. Ezak says, I know there's a Real Life Dogs t-shirt for sale, but importing it to America is a bit fucky nowadays. It's easier to just Photoshop your own. Pulling back them Hassies, that's right. So I don't have, from what I remember, you can see here, it's got the green lid up top, and I believe it's a monster. Kirk, when he made this, Kirk made this little wrap in Photoshop, and he wrapped it around a monster can, and he made this prop, and I've had it ever since. So I actually have, this is what I'm drinking tonight. It ain't no boomer juice, but it's close. I don't have a white monster, I have a white ghost. This is just the plain flavor. Okay, I've had enough sugar. It's been nuts, this whole, everyone just keeps putting stuff in front of my face and I keep eating it, so. Nice ghost pull. Hey everybody, welcome trio. We're just getting started. We're just doing our season's greetings. Also, chat, I noticed that you're not on stream, so let's get you on stream here. I've just been having a conversation. For everyone in the archive, there is a chat going on. I'm not just talking to myself. So let me adjust OBS here. Let's get chat in the mix. They're supposed to be under me. There they are. Good to see you, everyone. Good to see you. Okay, so with that said, this is my GDMU. It's a GD-ROM emulator. Basically, it's an SD card that has a bunch of different Dreamcast images on it. So you can see my collection. I still have my Dreamcast physical collection, but I also have it preserved so I don't have to worry about it. I still haven't got it to where like I can switch discs on D2. I haven't got it to work. But the good thing is I have D2 right up there, so I can just play. I have like 3 Dreamcasts, so I have 2 with CDs on it. So I have 2 different versions of Illbleed, one of which is the beta, and I have yet to go through the beta of Illbleed, but I'm excited to one day. Got Jet Grind Radio, Lack of Love, that's another Love Day Lick game, Onion Games, Marvel, got some Power Stone. Got one of my favorite games ever, Phantasy Star Online. You can still play this online. They have custom servers for this, but you have to get like a special modem, like it's like a Raspberry Pi workaround. And I don't know. It'll take me like a couple weeks of research and ordering, and like $200. But you can still play Phantasy Star Online if you want to. That was my game back in the day. Probably my favorite Dreamcast game outside of Illbleed. I got Code Veronica 1, Disc 1 and 2, Resident Evil 3, Rez, which is like the best rhythm game up on the system. 7 Mansions. I'll have to show you guys this one thing. Maybe the next stream I'll show it. I'll keep it a secret for now. Skies of Arcadia, Sonic Shuffle, Soul Reaver, Soul Calibur. We could play some of that. And then I got The Last Blade 2, which is a sweary game. This is one of the first games he ever worked on. The Ring Terror's Realm, which I own physically. And Wacky Races. But we're going all the way up here. All the way back. Alright, let me read a little chat before we get this going. I need to clarify something up front, too. Welcome, Zombie. Narcoleptic Prophet says, itchy tasty. Yeah, Rez is amazing. Yeah, Rez was on the Dreamcast. It actually uses this right here. They also have like a special vibrator controller that I saw in Japan, but I have a rumble pack here that lights up on my Dreamcast controller. I have a bunch of odd accessories. I got the wheel for this back here. I wanted to play Illbleed with the wheel. I wanted to have a wheel bleed night, but it is quite impossible to do. I do have Mach X. I have it physically. Okay. Blue Stinger. Now, this is the Japanese version. If you watch my video on it, the reason I'm playing the Japanese version is because the camera angles are amazing. They messed them up when Activision took over as publisher. They made like this weird first and third person perspective, kind of like Illbleed, only you have like no control over it, and the US version hides some of the puzzles. So, and the difficulty's higher in the US version. So we're going to be playing the Japanese version, the superior version. All right, let's get this going. And then chat, this is a loud game, okay? So you're going to have to let me know if it's too loud. I want a good balance. The audio is like at 100%, and the voices are like at 70%. So just let me know how it is. Oh, and I found out the save files on the US and the Japanese version are the same. So I have some like in-game stuff in here. Yeah, the Japanese camera angles, they're so much better in terms of scale. So this is Blue Stinger. It released before the Dreamcast actually launched. So you could pick up this game and not have anything to play it on. We're going to start a new game. I don't think there's anything normal. I think we'll just stick to normal. Alright, that's our options. We got to watch the opening cutscene here. I don't think I have the option to skip it. Oh, wait, I did. Okay. Good. I'm using the OG Dreamcast controller. You can see the little VMU there. That's Elliot. He's our, one of our protagonists right there. You can see him on the ground there. That's Elliot. This Chaos thing from Sonic Adventure is actually named Nephilim. If you didn't know, Blue Stinger is a lost Sonic the Hedgehog game. It's actually alternate dimension Sonic Adventure, because most all of the cast from Sonic Adventure voices the roles here. So this Elliot is voiced by Ryan Drummond, who did Sonic in Sonic Adventure. So this is what I'm talking about with the Japanese camera angles here. You can see the full scale of the Kimura building. Otherwise, it'd just be like right up on Elliot's back the whole game. So it gives you a bit more perspective. There's a hassy over here. Or maybe it spawns after I leave, but there's a hassy that spawns right here. This is a Christmas game. It takes place during Christmas. There is a Santa costume for dogs. That's a little bit later in the game.
This is Elliot Ballad.
And we're going to talk to Amy Rose right now.
This is Janine King, KISS Dinosaur Island Security Office. Currently, the island is under an emergency situation. Do you read? Dispatch D7 equipped rescue. The location is...
Damn it! I got cut off.
All right, so how do I break this down? The story of Blue Stinger starts off 65 million years ago when a meteor, the meteor that killed all the dinosaurs, impacted here where the Kimura Industries like built an entire research lab and also a shopping mall. And since they built it here, it's awakened like some ancient spirits and the dinosaurs themselves. And it's also caused like an outbreak. It's our first look at dogs. There he is. And then so Elliot and dogs are somewhat on a rescue mission to figure out what the hell happened.
I repeat, I need an Easter unit now. Elliot Ballad, do you hear
Hey, what's
me?
up, Detective Glaive? Welcome, welcome. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Request D7
Merry
equipped
Christmas,
rescue
Lars.
now. The location is...
Wait, hold on. I'm on vacation. I'm totally unarmed. So,
So?
I need help too.
Oh, great. Tell me your location, Elliot.
All I can tell you is that I'm by a pier.
Okay, Elliot. First, find an ID card.
So,
I'm sure there are a number of
in
courses around.
Blue Stinger, this was developed by a team called Climax Graphics. And
What happened?
they were signed on. Like, this game, believe it or not,
Of corpses around? Where?
was one of the best-selling Dreamcast games at the time. And they had signed on, like Sega had greenlit Blue Stinger 2, as well as Illbleed. So they were halfway through development on Illbleed when Sega was like, oh fuck, we are running out of money. Shenmue is killing us. So we're going to have to pull funding. and they were midway through development on Illbleed, and they were in pre-production for Blue Stinger 2. So they had to scramble to find a new publisher for Illbleed.
Yeah.
It's our first hassy of the night. Hassies in chat, we got it. There are a few different types of hassies in this game. There's the small ones, the big ones, and I think there's an even like a diet hassy or something, if I recall correctly. So here's our moveset, by the way. Elliot, he has some melee. Dogs, he doesn't start with melee, he gets melee later on. Best Christmas game, indeed, Cora. Now, you let me know if this volume is too loud, okay? I want to know in chat because this game gets really, really loud.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about with the sense of scale. The semi-fixed cameras. Everyone says it's fine. I'm seeing it's fine. So I think this guy's playing possum. A good way to check is you just uppercut him while he's on the ground, and then you use your flaming kick. Boat shoe to the chin. He had a hassy on him. So all the monsters in this game react like Sonic the Hedgehog. Once you kill them, they shit out a bunch of coins, and you need to collect them. There's a bit of an economy system here. Each coin is worth $10. And there's other ways to get money later on. Like Elliot can get his Christmas bonus if you take his card to the ATM later on in the game. And now we're going to meet our best friend. So, this mid-boss right here in Blue Stinger is one of the final bosses in Illbleed. That guy right there, you can fight that monster in Illbleed.
That was close.
Thanks for helping me. My name is Elliot G. Ballad.
Where's Tim?
Well, who are you?
Dogs. I'm a captain of the SS Deanna.
The best.
If you're Elliot, you must be with Tim.
Tim is...
This is
What? Dead?
Dogsbauer, played by the late Deem Bristow,
I don't know.
who was
I
Dr.
don't
Robotnik,
know.
Eggman.
Is that Acer's answer? You know, Tim once told me he had a high-level Acer member as a friend. Where are you going? To the island?
I am still a rescuer. There are people there who need help.
What a joke. Obviously, you're going to need good help, like me. I can't let a wimp like you go alone.
Whatever.
All right, so now we got dogs. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Zip Davis with the $4.99 super chat. Hey Hikiko, I hope you have a great holiday. Please put this money in the Wendy's Frosty Fund. Thanks for continuing to make the best videos. Green heart, snowflake, Santa, thumbs up, sparkle, snowflake, red heart. That is quite... Thank you so much. That is going in the Frosty Fund. For real, I haven't had a Frosty in a while, so... Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Zip Davis. So, you heard that correctly. Elliot is played by Ryan Drummond, Sonic the Hedgehog. And then the late Deem Bristow is played by Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. So you have Sonic and Robotnik teaming up to take down these dinosaur hybrids here. So starting out, so you can switch between Elliot and dogs on the fly. He's got his little hot pants on. He starts with a bow gun. He's a bit stronger than Elliot. He has all the heavy weapons. But he doesn't have any melee just yet. Like, he can block. But he does get melee, really useful melee, later on. So we're gonna put his strong legs to the test over here. His item pickup's great. He's just like, eh, hey, hey, hey. The jorts there. Yeah, and his daughter's Rogue. Okay, yeah, not Amy Rose, but Rogue. Janine, I think is her name. We're gonna climb up. Getting all them cards. There's a bit of platforming here. The platforming is atrocious on the North American one. Oh wait, I forgot something up there. What else we got? Handgun clip. So, first thing we get another card, and we get Elliot's handgun. And I gotta be honest with you, starting out, Elliot is far more useful because he has long range and melee. Yes. So we're gonna be playing as him temporarily before we switch over. Detective Glaive says, Eggman and Sonic, Dino Hunters. Yep. This is also canon to Dino Crisis, as well as Sonic Adventure. So this is where you save your game in Socket 1 or Socket 2. You can see that my North American saves, I can load them. So I've got a clear file. I got one near the end of the game. The game's about 4 hours long. And then I got one from this afternoon when I was just fucking around, making sure it was okay. Yes. Now, for you Zoomers out there who aren't aware, the Dreamcast has a very special component on it called the VMU, which is the visual, I believe it's the visual memory unit. So right here, you can see that right there. We got little Elliot with I think that's the napalm launcher. So you got a little sprite figure, little animated GIF of Elliot. And then if we switch over to dogs, there's a special one for dogs. So let's see. Okay. Look at that cute little chibi dogs. Hold on. Look at him with his Gatling gun. I wish I had another camera, or I could like somehow put my VMU up on the screen too. The Dreamcast did utilize it in some creative ways, like in Resident Evil, while you were playing, your health would be displayed on the VMU. I also have like several different colors. If you beat the game in under 5 hours, you get the swimsuit costume. I must have done that. We don't normally get to see this part of the Dreamcast, no. Okay, so we're moving right along. I'm about to get Dogs' melee weapon. But right now we're going to do a bit of grinding. That flaming kick is super powerful. I don't want to use any of the long-range weapons just yet because there is a time-sensitive thing that I have to do. Gabriel says, I love that this game's music just goes on like this dramatically and never calms down. We'll talk about the music here in a second. It's amazing. That's the final boss in the game. He's a pain in the ass.
Nephilim.
What the hell is that? How do you know its name?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
All right, so those cutscenes actually have a bit of lip syncing, and it's not perfect whatsoever. And as I mentioned before, Illbleed, Sega had promised Climax Graphics some money to help with funding Illbleed and pulled out halfway through development. So even though Illbleed's an amazing game, they didn't have enough money to actually attempt lip syncing in it. So all the characters in Illbleed, their mouths are glued shut. This is what I'm talking about with the Japanese camera angles. You would never see the sense of scale like this. It gets like really high up. Like look how small Elliot gets. Like that camera just pans out. Helicopter drone shot here. You would not see this in the North American version. It really gives you a sense of like how big Dinosaur Island is.
What the hell?
Over there! I can't believe it. Shooting from that far?
No shit.
Janine?
No shit.
A woman?
This is Janine, over.
You're great. If you're an ESA member, you'll definitely be ranked A+.
You're flattering me, but you won't get anywhere that way. You can get in here by taking the slope shuttle in front of you. If the shuttle is moving, that is. And forget it if you don't have an ID card.
Phew, tough girl. I like it, Janine.
Who the hell is Janine?
My kind of
You
girl,
should
so
know.
Stay away from her.
Okay, I see in chat there, Gabriel says, this is what we've lost with the permanent over-the-shoulder angles. Yeah, I'm a fan of fixed, or at least strategic camera placement. Because it's semi-fixed, it does pan in and out, but I always prefer it whenever there's an artistic direction to the cinematography. Detective Glaive says, wait, the camera angle is different on the North American version? Yes, I have a whole video, a whole Blue Stinger retrospective. Some people still to this day say it's their favorite video on my channel. And I love it too. But I talk about the differences in both of the versions. And the Japanese developers, Climax Graphics, they called the North American camera the Ghetto camera. And Ghetto, G-E-R-O, Ghetto, means vomit. It's the sound of vomiting. And I actually got to use that information in my real life. I was in Osaka, and I was walking across a bridge to a train station, and there was just a big pile of vomit on the ground. And behind me were three really beautiful young Japanese ladies. And I saw the barf, I saw the vomit in front of me. I sidestep it, and the ladies were on their phones, and I go, Sumimasen! Ghetto! And then the girls look up from their phones, and they go, oh, Ghetto! Oh my! Like they were like, oh! They were so thankful because they had nice shoes on, and they were about to step in it. And it's all because I learned what ghetto meant from Blue Stinger. I saved their shoes on that day. Okay, so these tentacles here are a pain in the ass. I do recommend killing them, but I'm saving my bullets for this time-sensitive thing that's coming up. Oh well, I got a clip. And I also have Dogs' stuff, so we'll just eliminate him.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got another clip there. we've got 2 vending machines. So I can buy some more magazines. This is why you want to like grind for money, because everything's absurdly expensive. Hey, you're Udrix. Udrix with the $4.99. It ain't Xmas without the Blue Stinger OST. Happy holidays, Hikikomori. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too. You're about to get a shotgun pretty early on, but there are 3 different vending machines here. You can buy $120 hot dogs. I don't know what the devs were thinking. No hot dog in the world costs $120. Not even ones with like gold foil on there. $160 hamburger, or a sensible $60 Kimura hassy. It's the long one too, so it recovers a lot of health. We got one more machine over here. So we got the short boys. And then we also got an egg sando. I'd probably pay that for a good egg sando right about now. We're going to do a safety save here. I recommend doing one really early on, because this part, it's you either get it right or you lose access to something for a long time. I think it's this one. Is it this one? No, that's the way I just entered. Oh, here we are. Okay. So, there's a train on it, on this rail, and then I disengage the safety lock so I can get to the train, but there is a person on the train, and you have a minute and a half to engage the lock again, otherwise the person dies. So this is one of those time-sensitive things. And you want to get this right because you get one of the best weapons really early on if you get this right.
Security brake has been activated. Shutter outer seal has been broken. Once shuttle reaches,
I always imagine Hassy has basically 4 Loco. Yeah. We made a joke like that in our Blue Stinger video.
Hey, somebody is on board.
He's locked up in his shuttle.
We open the Hassy, we open this Hassy on the video, and it unlocks like this vaporwave landscape.
a shaft entrance lock has been deactivated. Activate the emergency stop control. Safety brake will be destroyed in 125 seconds.
All right, we're gonna run for it.
Entrance lock has been deactivated. Activate the emergency stop control. Safety brake will be destroyed in 120 seconds. A shaft entrance lock has been deactivated.
Shaft entrance lock destroyed? The shuttle's gonna fall!
Never heard of Hassy at all, says Zombie. Hassy is the in-universe drink of both Blue Stinger and Illbleed. It also appears in the game Valhalla, this bartending simulator. Hassy is what, I think it's Hassy Zero is what you can make. So there's a guy right there in that train car, and if you don't disengage that emergency system, he dies, and you lose one of the best weapons in the game. And in the North American version, you can't see this button. You can't see the entrance to this button, so the Japanese version is like significantly easier. It's just like blocked when you come in there in the North American one based on the camera placement.
Please notify the system supervisor.
What?
Computer rescuing program will be activated. It will override the shuttle control program.
Yeah, Hassy's in Valhalla. It's one of the drinks you can make.
All control circuits have shut down. All activation circuits have shut down. Emergency stop system activated. ESER member Elliot G. Ballad is identified. The command to override has been admitted. Emergency stop system activated.
I think Cassie has appeared in other games as well, but those are the three I'm aware of. Okay, we're gonna get one of the best weapons in the game. But let's get a little money first. The coins just like fly so far away. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get paid in this game. Not this way. All the monsters respawn. So it's good to know for grinding. Not that one. I think it might be this one. Oh, gotta watch out for the turkeys. Is it this one? There he is. That's one. This is the napalm launcher. This is one of the best the weapons in the game. And if you don't save this guy, you just don't get it.
I didn't think I was gonna make it. Thank you. What's happening on the island? A meteor must have hit the island. Since that, everything turned upside down. And what were those monsters? I don't know. I haven't a clue.
We'll be pressing on. You should stay here. The shuttle's safe now.
Got it.
Here it is. Napalm gun. The Hellfire magazine. The boss fights are really tough in this game, so I do save the napalms for the special occasion. What is dogs doing? Just whatever dogs needs to do. Have you played Chilla's art games? No, I haven't. What are those? Hustle some Hassy. I love how you can see how the models' joints connect. Yeah, they all look like action figures. So we are still gonna play as Elliot with the handgun, but we're gonna be switching to dogs here very soon. I do need to grind for a little money because everything is expensive. This is not one of the best grinding spots. That comes once you hit the shopping mall. But that's the best place to kill these guys because all the money goes up against... Do you see that alcove over there? When you kill enemies, you want to just kind of put them in a contained zone so all the money stays in one spot. Alright. Let me, I'll just push forward. Why not? I buy a dog's figure, says Gabriel. Gabriel, Climax Graphics, they actually did put out some action figures. They had a whole line of Illbleed figures that were going into production. The only one that I believe got made was the Eriko Christie action figure. And it's one of the rarest action figures of any video game ever. I've only seen it on eBay like once in my life, but it was like $400. But, you know, I might be the kind of guy who would pay that. If you go to Japan, all those Figmas, all those scale models, they go for a lot more than $400 if you go to Japan. You know, an Eriko Christie one may be a good investment for the one other guy who gives a shit.
I knew it. She's perfect. She's my kind of girl.
Aw, not Nephilim.
It won't work. You can't hit her.
What is that thing?
I wouldn't even say there is any lip syncing going on.
Nephilim?
She's harmless. So
They're
far.
just like, it's like a kung fu movie.
I'm Elliot Balan.
Yeah,
Thanks for
$400 is a small price to pay for Erico. I agree.
You know, at this point, nothing surprises me anymore.
It's
My name's
probably
Janine
more
King.
expensive nowadays.
Nice to meet you, Elliot.
There's some copies of Illbleed by itself that go for about $400. Worth it.
Oh, it's like Peter Pan.
Elliot.
Let me introduce Janine King, a security guard here. Her skill is A+. And this hairy guy is...
His name is Dogs Bauer. He's a captain of the SS cargo Deanna.
What? You guys know each other?
I don't know her.
You know her.
You know, you shouldn't run up your bill at Rat's place. Your name is on their blacklist. You're pretty famous.
God damn son of a bitch.
God damn, son of a bitch.
Janine, what's going on here? I mean, I don't think one meteor created that.
He's
big
given all the
dome and
best
produced a
lines,
bunch of
dogs, hands
monsters.
down. This is his game.
I have no clue either. After that shocking sound, all the lights on the island went off. When I was trying to turn on the light, the monster suddenly attacked me. Why don't you ask her? Nephilim thing.
Okay, now we're gonna get something really fun. Like, if you're not sold on Blue Stinger yet, you're going to be. So right here we have our vending machines, of course. But tucked away in this corner, there's something on the ground, something very shiny.
Yeah.
This is the karate t-shirt. Karate. This is one of many costumes and weapons for dogs. So now we've unlocked dogs as melee. He can do a quick punch, a forward punch, like if you're holding forward, or he can do like just a jump kick, kind of. I think there's like 2 different kinds of kicks in there. His range is not as good as Elliot, and Elliot has like the flaming kick. But he's got the Karate Man t-shirt. Let's see if we can get a little closer on that. Look at our beautiful boy. Tucked directly into the jorts. He cuffed them jorts too. Alright, the Arrow magazine, I do want to have a few of those on hand. Four fights. And I'll get one for Elliot as well. It's good for grinding. And I've got plenty of health, so I'll be okay. My favorite thing that you can get for dogs will be at the shopping mall once we get there. But I think I need to save up $500 to get it. Merry Christmas from Poland. Kashuhito the Emperor. Merry Christmas to you. It's a dogs eat dogs world. What can I say?
Nephilim knows something.
What do you mean?
Take a look.
Merry
at this.
Christmas, mean boy.
I researched the database of this island's lab. Amazing! This lab immediately achieved the top revenue in the bio industry. Ever since then, it keeps on moving up.
They should pay me more so I can pay off my tab at the bar.
His little Karate Man shirt.
How did they achieve such wealth in such a short amount of time?
They've got the best brains in the business working for them. The second research group ended up working for the lab.
What the hell happened?
The programmer's security system.
Space biology? Dinocyte? Janine, can't you break the code?
Sorry.
I love their
Need an
animations.
ID password of a lab employee.
Shit.
I may know how.
This was blowing people's
an idea?
minds. I mean, you had Resident Evil
Let's go to
around
Rat's
this time.
place.
Rat's
This was
place?
1999.
The bar where you
Resident
ran off
Evil
your
was
unpaid
96.
bill?
So
Why
this
do we
was
have to go
next
drinking
generation
now?
graphics.
Don't be ridiculous. The entire city area has been destroyed. The bar may not even
There's
exist.
nothing you can't get at Rat's place. That's what we say. Let's go, Elliot.
Wait! The city area is also called Lab Town. You need a pass to get inside. Use this.
Okay, we're headed to Lab Town. Now, the objective, if you didn't hear it, Dogs suggested that for them to solve what's going on here on Dinosaur Island, they have to go to Rat's place, and Rat's place is the bar. So essentially, Shaun of the Dead ripped off Blue Stinger. Dogs' idea of survival is, let's head to the bar.
Nephilim is following us. Seems like she's in love with you.
2 girls and a guy. I see trouble in the near future.
In your dreams.
Every line in here is golden. I think Labtown's this way, though. Dogs is significantly slower than Elliot. Your face changes over the years. Are you the PS3 guy? I guess so. Is that how I'm known? As the PS3 guy? Yeah, Dogs' karate kick is much weaker than Elliot's. I don't think I'll be sticking with the karate shirt. Yeah, I'm the Dreamcast guy. I'm the Wii guy. I'm the PS3 guy. I'm the Silent Hill guy. I'm the Deadly Premonition guy. I'm the Cool Stream guy. I'm a lot of guys. I am him. Well, thank you for subscribing for the PS3 videos. And the Suda51 guy, you are correct. I am that as well. I'm the Hassy guy. As much as I love dogs, and I do love dogs, we're gonna just play as Elliot for a bit until I get better weapons for dogs. Elliot's melee is just way better, and his handgun is nifty for what we need soon. I got hit there. I wasn't paying attention. All right. Oh, there's another one. Remember when I said this had a good camera? We gotta pop a Hassy. Hassy's up. Hassy's up in chat. We got him. And they even have an animation. Tip it. And we litter. I am the Hikiko man, yes. Some have called me that. Illbleed did that too. The main character is just way better to play as. I like, I mean, if I had to pick between the two, I'd say Illbleed is way better, but it's because it's so unique. You'll never play a game like Illbleed ever. Okay, Cherry Mellow here with the $2. I knew that was going to come up. Thank you, Cherry. Are you the CoffeeZilla guy? Yeah, I got a lot of comments about that. I don't know too much about crypto, so I'm not the CoffeeZilla guy. But I have seen some of his videos. I guess I look when I have my facial hair on, I look like CoffeeZilla. I've also gotten like Saul Goodman before, like Bob Odenkirk. Which is fine, I like Bob Odenkirk. Yeah, Illbleed, I feel, is the better game overall because it just scratches the itch of everything I love. It's a homage to classic horror movies. It's got... every level has something unique about it. It also, of course, pokes fun at the Sega Dreamcast and Sega themselves. As the Dreamcast was dying. As it was dying, as a big middle finger to Sega, they incorporated one of the most legendary boss fights ever. I think Blue Stinger has its merits, though. I don't think it's a terrible game. The North American version's a terrible game, but this one is really well done. I'm killing every monster along the way because I do want to grind for a bit of money. Everything that I need to buy is super expensive. But there is a way to get a ton of money real fast near the end of the game. Because it's Christmas, Elliot gets a Christmas bonus. And if you go to the bank, you can withdraw that. But the bank is like way, way late into the game. Video games are stupid says, I don't know, the green-haired girl, Michelle, in Illbleed does start off with really high adrenaline, but Eriko is the best. If we're talking about Illbleed characters, all of them, I think, except Kevin, have their merits. Eriko's like the all-around... It's like Super Mario Brothers 2. Eriko is like Mario in it. She's the all-arounder. You have Randy, who's the muscle. He's basically the Toad. You have Michelle, who I would say is like Princess Peach. And then you have Kevin. And I forget what Kevin's specialty is. I never use Kevin. And then there's a hidden character named Jorg. And you can get Jorg when you do the Killer Man level. You have to rescue him, though. Illbleed's like an all-timer, for sure. So, why did they sabotage this game for North America? Well, from what I remember, Activision, once they took over on publishing, somebody at Activision demanded them to get what they call like an action-centric camera. Like, they didn't like it how far away the camera panned. So somebody at Activision made that call, and the Japanese hated it. They called it the ghetto camera. The vomit camera. Cherry Millo says, Miles, that missed that old Blue Stinger vid you did with Kirk Almighty. I think you used So Unreal by LA Vampires, and I sure Did. That was your first exposure? Yeah, I like LA vampires. Alright, here we go to Labo Town. Laboratory Town. Yeah, I like LA Vampire. I was like in a big vaporwave and lo-fi thing at the time I made Blue Stinger. I think it was during the time Macintosh Plus was all the rage and Saint Pepsi. And I think Kirk got me into Saint Pepsi. But I found out about LA Vampires through this thing called Memorex. There's a really good mix of old vaporwave called Memorex. It's up on YouTube. And it's all like set to the tone with like old commercials and stuff. So if you want to get into some like good like vaporwave and lo-fi stuff, Memorex up on YouTube. Yeah, I know Jorg's a real guy, fun guy. Jorg actually followed me on Twitter. The guy, there's a journalist in Illbleed that you can unlock as a playable character. So there's a level in Illbleed called Killer Man, and it's a Scooby-Doo murder mystery, and there's a reporter named Jorg in it, and he was like on the localization team, and so they put him in the game as a playable character. So the real Jorg from Illbleed follows me, which is weird to think. Oh shit! Guys, we're here. We've arrived. For anyone who wants to know why this is a Christmas game, you're about to find out. And I'm gonna need to... Let's tip a hassy while we're at it. To celebrate. Hassy's up. List all the ways this game is similar to Deadly Premonition. I could do that. The B-movie style influence. The swearyism, the focus on foods, like weird American foods. Releasing, I would say they have like similar graphic fidelity. Like, Deadly Premonition feels like a lost Dreamcast game. So, it does have that same kind of vibe going for it. So here we are. Merry Christmas, everyone. We're at the Hell Market. Inside there, we can get one of Dogs' best weapons. That kick is too good, though. I want to see if we can find the Santa Claus drinking the hassy. And that's... the camera got me on that one. Sometimes you just have to play it by ear. I think you can... There's one of the Santas up there. He's not drinking a hassy. There is a particular billboard later in the game where you can see Santa throwing back a hassy. We have to make it there. Okay, they didn't respawn. That's good. We're gonna do a little bit of grinding, but first, I need to be diligent on getting some health supplies before I start grinding for money. One of the downsides of Illbleed is it incorporates the Resident Evil status system, like wherever if you take too much damage, your character starts like slumping over and going a lot slower. So before I do that, I want to make sure I have adequate health supplies. I don't think I have the key card yet. Kick is so good. Let's see where we are on funds. We have 6, or is that an 8? 840? Not too bad. This is one of the better places to grind for money. And the reason for that is because all the money stays in one spot. Yeah. Blue Stinger and Spy Fiction could be cousins. Yeah, I'd say those are pretty similar. I think Happy Console Gamer uses this Christmas music for every single gift giving video. Well, that's awesome. Shout out to Johnny Millennium. I don't think those tentacle... Is that him? No, that's just the winking... That's the winking Santa here. There's another one where he's throwing back some hassys. But you don't get like the full scale of this animated gift Santa in the North American version. And it even has scan lines. How beautiful.
Great. The safety wall is blocking our way. And Rat's place is just behind this stupid wall.
There must be another way.
Don't ask me.
Poor dogs. Can't go to the bar yet.
Hey, I hear some cool music. How are you guys? Did you get a disc at Rat's place?
As a matter of
Hey,
fact,
yo,
we're
Merry
not even
Christmas,
in the place.
Bart.
This safety wall is completely blocking our way. Can you move the gate?
Highest quality GIF of 1999, yeah.
Compressor is down.
Is there another path?
Hold on. Let me look it up. Yes, you can go through a freezer in the Hello Market. I'm not sure if it's open, but there should be a key in the shop.
Got it. We're on our way.
Devlin, the manager, has a key. That is, if he's still alive.
He's still alive. You get to meet him. Okay, we're headed to the Hello Market. The Hello Market has some good weapons in there. And I know it's going to be a little boring, but I need to grind for some money. Things are absurdly expensive in Blue Stinger. So this is our objective here, is to get into the cold storage, which will take us to Rat's Bar. Bye, Santa. Oh, this is awful. This is a bad spot to be. This is a bad spot to be. Look at all that health. I couldn't pull off my kick there because the body on the ground was canceling out my fire kick. And if you I have no health supplies, so we're gonna dog it up right now. And as dogs, I can't use the karate shirt, it's too slow. So we're gonna use the big bow gun. We got 30 bolts, we'll be okay. So on average, I'd say you get about $50 per drop, right? And a bowgun bolt, I think you get, it's about two or three that kill. So we'll have to do a little bit of math. I think what was it, like 60 per bowgun cartridge? I wonder if it would be more time efficient to just like invest in bowgun bolts and then just slay all these dudes. And then just eat the cost of those. We'll find out soon. Okay, welcome to the Hell Market. He's got that dog in him. Goddamn right I do. And also dogs. Total Chaos' survival horror game of the year. Is it? Which year? This guy right here, he's playing possum. Okay, so arrows are about 60 bucks. We'll invest in one of those. Two of those. I'm gonna say stay strapped. And there's another vending machine over here with some food. We want to heal up Elliot. I think this is modeled after Don Quixote. It has a similar layout. Oh shit. Them turkeys! Here we go. Drug Dachshund. Hassy drank long. We'll get a couple of these hassies right here. I'll get two of these. And let's get Elliot some treatment here. Throw it.
Come back again, and don't forget to bring your stamp card.
Oh yeah, there's a stamp rally that goes on here. I forget what that does. I think it might be required to do the stamp rally. All right, handgun it is. Some of the enemies in this game are weird, but got interesting designs. They got the Western FX artists, I think, for some of the bosses. Yeah, Blue Stinger is a bit of an East meets West production. In more ways than one. This guy's playing possum. That's why we need that kick. Let's get to... We'll get a couple of these clips. That should do it. Now, one of the easiest ways to get money is you zone in and zone out, and then you go over to this dude playing possum. because all the money stays in this one spot here, and you can grab everything. Let's see, what do we got in here? I think that's the map. Man, this game predicted inflation pretty hardcore, huh? The day whenever hot dogs cost $60, Costco will still have theirs for $1.50. So we'll be set there. But the inflation is out of control for sure.
Yes.
Unless you live in Japan with US currency, which is what I hope to do. I'd honestly I want to go now. Alright, so zone in, zone out. Beat this guy a bunch. We'll do this about 10 times. Pull a solid 500. I'm saving up for a good present. Trust me. Have you played Lifeline, Ghost Court? You haven't? Okay. Yeah, Lifeline is on the PS2. I have it. It's a very bizarre experiment, much in the same way as Seaman on the Dreamcast was. Hey You Pikachu also kind of falls in the same genre of voice command controls. They call it a second-person shooter. That it's one of a kind, a second-person shooter. You have to use a USB microphone to play it, but Lifeline is like this sci-fi survival horror where you play as like a security guard from a control room, and then there's this anime girl, you know, surviving on this ship, and you have to issue verbal commands to her, and then shoot the right eye, shoot the left eye, that sort of thing. And I remember I played it like once. I owned it. It was like way back in the day when I worked at GameStop. Anytime a weird gimmicky game would come out, I would rent it or borrow it or whatever. And just on the weekends, just for something stupid to play. And at the time, this is really weird to say, but there's a bit of an English component to Lifeline. Like, you have to speak like you're a non-native English speaker in order to succeed in that game, because the voice commands, the samples, were recorded by Japanese playtesters speaking English. So you have to speak a bit of English to win at that game. So, is that racist or not, or is it just a good strategy? I'll let you decide. But it's real. I think even on the Game Facts, they teach you the phonics on how to say things correctly to win the game. It's really bizarre, but I haven't gotten that far into it, probably because I didn't do that. But those voice control games are like such a bizarre oddity. I don't know if anyone makes anything like that anymore. But I remember there was a Pokemon game on the 64 called Hey You Pikachu, and I thought this was going to be like the revolution. I thought this was it. This was the Pokemon game that I dreamed of. Like, I'd always dreamed of a Pokemon game that was more like the anime itself. Like, where it was like a big, broad, open world. And I guess they have those now, but they're still kind of like watered down and shitty. Just from what I've seen. But I always dreamed of, like, okay, you're running around, you're in a first-person perspective, you're in the world, you can throw Pokeballs and stuff, and that's not what Hey You Pikachu is. Hey You Pikachu is like, it's like an exercise in patience. I this sounds horrible, but I think I traded like 4 PlayStation 1 RPGs or something so I could get Hey You Pikachu, because Hey You Pikachu was like $80 or something. It was like $80, and that was back in the 90s when money was worth more. So $80 back then was like probably like $150 now. Something like that. And when I got it home, I was super depressed playing it because I instantly knew that I had gotten fleeced. Just trying to like navigate anywhere in Hey You Pikachu is a pain in the ass. Basically, how the game works is you got a microphone hanging on your 64 controller, and you have to hold down a record button, and you speak into this shitty, we're talking about like 90s not even USB, like 90s analog microphone, no clarity whatsoever. And then you have to speak, and then it shoots out a bubble to Pikachu, and then there's like an interpreter that the Pikachu has to understand, but he speaks just his name. He just says Pikachu, so you can't really tell if he understood the command. And then it's like on a time limit. So you're like sitting there trying to like you have like no time with it in Hey You Pikachu to get the shit done you need to. So like, oh, Pikachu wants to make a stew, so you have to get all these ingredients and then get Pikachu to like pay attention. But the one thing is, like, Pikachu has like a nuclear option. Like if you say Pikachu or Thunderbolt or anything that sounds like Thunderbolt, he will just destroy things in his perimeter. So like as I was playing, like for some reason my copy just constantly had Pikachu electrocuting everything in sight. He was destroying all the ingredients I needed for the stew. It was like I was just failing objectives. And then there's the second-hand embarrassment of playing Hey You Pikachu in your house. Like I brought it over to my grandmother's house, and then it's like that meme. You know, I'm sitting back there like, hey Pikachu, come on, follow me. I'm like sitting there in this back bedroom, and my grandfather comes by, you know, like, hey son. Hey son, what's going on? And then you just have to like sit there and just say, I'm talking to Pikachu. Like, holy shit. Never live that down. Yeah, is there a ROM hack of Hey You Pikachu? Have they like fixed that shit up? Can I actually use a USB micro? Can I use my XLR microphone on Hey You Pikachu? I've got a decent setup right here. If I could use this XLR with Hey You Pikachu, I might be interested in playing it again. Okay, I'm gonna get to 1500 and then we're gonna push forward. Sorry, I have to grind out a little bit of money for what I need next. Are you winning, son? No. Meowth used his power of love to fuel his determination. I know, my determination was sapped from me. Like the moment I saw the look of shame wash over my grandfather's face and mine collectively. Like, my grandfather was a gamer though. Like he wasn't opposed to video games at all. He loved the NES. Like he was actually really decent at Mario Brothers like 1 through 3. And my grandmother didn't play too much, but my aunt was really good at Dr. Mario. Like she could play like the high level boards of Dr. Mario, and that always blew my mind. And I feel that, like, you know, back when I was growing up, not everyone was a gamer, and they were kind of like looked at as cheap entertainment. I mean, my mom was a gamer. She grew up in the 70s and stuff, and that was like the beginnings of arcade culture and stuff like that. So she played a bit. So she got it. She didn't think I was too crazy. But I think there's a game out there for everyone. It's just like books, like music, like movies, there's genres. You can get people into games. You just have to get them to try the right genre. And my aunt was puzzle. My mom liked puzzle games as well. Or adventure, like role-playing adventure games like your LucasArts kind of stuff. But I also... Okay, I got another funny story about parents walking in on you playing something and having to explain, oh, we're going to do the stamp rally.
Let's join in the Happy Market Christmas stamp rally now! Walk all over the store! Pin Pin Tina! Pin Pin Sparky! Taco Pin Sneak! Toto Pin Back! Collect all 4 stamps! When you collect all 4 stamps, you can purchase great items with a special discount on the 2nd floor! Yay!
Let's do it. I think those are from Pin Pin Triathlon, another Dreamcast game. Anyway, funny story. My, once again, like, during the PlayStation 1 era, I was a really, really young lad and I didn't have any money whatsoever. So in order for me to get money, I either had to sell games that I already had, which I regret doing. It's always a bad idea to sell games for more games. Don't buy into that. Or I had to do chores for like my grandparents or something at their place. So I was at my grandparents' place. I don't know what I did some chores and I got some money. And it was like all summer. I'd been working towards something. And so I saved up enough money to buy Parasite Eve 2. And Parasite Eve 2, it's kind of a divisive game in the series, but it is far more brutal in the body horror department. Anyway, in Parasite Eve 2, hey, welcome, Snow Bros, you know, to give me them badges. Thank you so much for being a member. So I'd saved up a lot of money to get Parasite Eve 2, and I was extremely hype because the original one is one of my all-time favorite games. And 2, it has its moments, for sure, but 2 is like more of like an extreme body horror kind of game and weird mutant homunculus kind of things. It's pretty disturbing. And the first bit of Parasite Eve 2 takes place in LA in this tower called the Arcopolis Tower. Anyway, Aya, she like goes into this cafe and sees this woman sitting down like drinking coffee. And she's trying to like evacuate the area. So Aya goes over to this lone woman and like taps her, and then this woman just completely body morphs out. Just like face ripping apart, hair falling off and whatever. As that moment happens, my grandmother like walks in and then just observes this whole cutscene. And then like I didn't have anything prepared to try and explain what the fuck was going on to her. So the fastest thing I could think of, I was like, oh, don't worry, Grandma, it's an alien. It's just an alien. She goes, that's horrifying. Are you sure you're supposed to be playing this? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's like an alien. And that's all I said, and that was it. She didn't bother me after that. Probably the worst time she could have walked in on that game. This guy has extra money from what I remember. He's worth more. Yeah, he's got, I think, like 10 coins on him. Snowbro says, hey, really enjoy your content, man. Newly found your channel and became a member. Returns to the shadows. Don't go! Snow Bros, you know. I know the Snow Bros. One of the rarest NES games. I never owned a copy of Snow Bros, but I did play it when I was younger. Snow Bros, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, might I recommend the playlists. If you go on my main page, you can see archives of our live streams. There's a live tab. You can watch the cool stream if you enjoy live content. We also have the sweary files. 10 episodes of that, I think. Grasshopper B-side, Suda 51. Console retrospectives. All sorts of weird things. I've reviewed Silent Hill content. I think we just went over all this earlier, but yeah, if you're new to my content, dive in. We've been here for a while. And we're just gonna keep going, I guess. Merry Christmas, by the way. Merry Christmas to all. This jingle's gonna be stuck in my head all night. I've got to get all the stamps so I can get the special shirt for dogs. Okay, I've already been this way, haven't I? I need to check my map. Let's see. J-Man, what's up? You should have told Grandma it was a musical. Yeah, that would have won her over. Now, my grandmother was, she was kind of protective over me. But, like my mom, they kind of, like, just let me discover... They were just happy that I had a hobby, I guess. That's the way I look at it. They were happy that I wasn't out, like, doing worse things, I suppose. I'm not reading that one. I'm not reading that one. You do it. You do you, boo. Okay, I think I need another key card here. Those corners can be killer. Like, even though this is the better camera angle, the Japanese version, there's still some blind spots here and there. Oh, nice. You gotta remember those door numbers for a passcode thing. Oh, no. Yeah, video games saved your life. You could have been at the gym being stared at by old men. Oh, wait. Yeah, I mean, that still happens.
Hey, what's wrong?
I get this fit once in a while.
Hey, Devlin, where's the key to the freezer warehouse?
Can't you see? He's sick.
Vice Manager Roland got a key.
Where's your medicine?
Dachshund.
Dachshund? Is that the name of your pills?
At the pharmacy stand.
Okay, I may need to use a guide. Oh no. Oh no, we got 41 minutes to save his life. I don't know what happens if you let him die. I don't think I've done that yet. I don't think it soft locks you or anything, so... We'll just do our best. Nope. Smoke him if you got him. Flame kick is too good. I'm not going that way. I have a feeling it's over this way. I gotta find the pharmacy. 40 minutes is actually quite a long time to find it. The blood is just so fantastic. It's like a Sam Raimi movie in here. I expected nothing less from the creators of Illbleed. Okay, good. That freezes the timer. I can read some chat. Merry Christmas, Naga Nomancer. Is it Nangan? No, is it Naga Nomancer? Merry Christmas. I don't think I've seen you in chat before. Fun Guy says, do you like Treasure? Sin and Punishment is awesome, and more people should check it out. Yes, I do like Treasure. My favorite Treasure game is Mischief Makers for the 64. I think I got that on my birthday one year. Did we just soft lock?
Yeah.
Okay, no we didn't. Get up there, Elliot. Get up there. Okay, maybe that's not the way. Oh, we have another one over here. Gotcha. Gotcha! Yes, Raw Danger is a Christmas game. Snap Rai 89. Raw Danger's probably the best Christmas game. And maybe the best game of all time. I love the Disaster Report series. Huge fan of them. Can you climb that?
Yeah.
We got a Hassy in the secret stash.
Yeah.
And we got another key card. We gotta get this guy his lithium. Okay, I think I have to push this box all the way back there, so let's adjust it. Let's see if I can get on that side. We'll do our best. Bangai-O is a classic. I played that at David's house. We actually played it with the special controller. Yeah, Raw Danger is a Disaster Report game. It's called Zetai Zetsume Toshi. That's the official name for the series.
The emergency shutter is now activated. Please enter the number of a shutter you would like to deactivate.
I'm not sure. Let's try 1.
The number of the shutter you entered is not valid.
Okay, we'll come back to that. I'm not sure what the shutter number is that I need. Look at the Hassy advertisement. Did you know that there's a Hassy music video? I'm afraid to play it on stream because I don't know if it would get copyright struck. But I did play it in my Blue Stinger review. It's called Sting Me. But there is a Blue Stinger / Hassy music video. I think if you type in Sting Me Hassy or Sting Me Blue Stinger on YouTube, you'll find it. Another bit of odd trivia there. Oh no! Oh no! Do I need a key card for this? It's the 01. I can't open it with that code, so... Let me check and see the map here. That's the city area, Bay area. Brain area. And I just got a new key card, but I'm a little rusty on the directions here. It's Christmas. We're using all of our ammo. And I got plenty of hassys too, so we'll be okay. Christmas Nights into Dreams. Yeah, that's another good one. They put Wario World on Nintendo's online service. Yeah, that is a treasure game. I don't know if I'm a fan of Wario World, to be honest with you. I love Wario as a character. He has some great games, but Wario World isn't one of them, honestly. Wario is a weird character for sure, but that is just a weird game in general. It feels more like a wrestling game than it does. I don't know. The way all the monster designs kind of remind me of Blue Stinger because they're like simply textured. Wario himself is not fun to play as in that game, and the platforming is kind of a nightmare. Like, I appreciate it for its time, but I would not call it like a favorite of mine. I'm more excited for Chibi Robo, if I'm going to be real with you. Okay. Now I gotta figure out where to use this key card. There we go. We're getting slimy now. This is the spot you want to be. This is what the Japanese think all American general stores look like. They think our Walmarts are just this. And it's true. It really is. Okay, so... acid tank. Oh yeah, can I get the acid thrower? There's the laser gun, and then there's the plasma gun. This stuff is really expensive, what I remember. So it's $1,200 for the acid gun. 3,600, that's gonna take forever. Or the shoddy. If I get the shoddy, it's gonna tap all my funds, so we'll come back to this. We'll put a pin on this, but we've unlocked the armory. Here it is. This is it. This is what you've all been waiting for. The sumo shirt for dogs. This is my favorite thing for dogs. And then you also get the emergency axe. I think that's for Elliot. Or the jumbo club. I don't think I've ever gotten the jumbo club in any of the games. It's $8,000. Here we go. The axe is only $300. We'll go ahead and get it. Just to fuck around. It's Christmas. This is why I love Illbleed and Blue Stinger. They just have so many wacky things that you can get. So we've got the napalm gun and the handgun. The sumo t-shirt. Hell yeah. So the sumo t-shirt turns dogs into E-Honda. I want to make sure he's okay. He's equipped with it. So now he's E-Honda. And this is the best way to move through the game. Let's get it. This is so good. We parody this scene, or we parody the sumo shirt in my Blue Stinger video. It just takes way too long. But hell yeah. You can't stop them. You can't stop the sumo. Sumo dogs. Alright, I think the next move is this way. By the way, there's a timer in the top right. This guy's gonna die of a heart attack if I don't find his medicine by then. And the way I've been fucking around, he's probably going to die. Wait, is this the store? Is this what I needed to buy? Oh. It's sold out. Shit! What are we gonna do? There's gotta be some more in storage, right? Nope. I remember when I was a kid hating the idea of Chibi Robo because the game mag I read said you had to do chores, and my thought was, I hate doing chores, why would I play a game about them? See, I understand that line of thinking. Like, why would you play a game like Animal Crossing? Like, why would you take up a part-time job and do all this and that? But there's something satisfying about, I don't know, having complete control over an environment, I guess. And Chibi Robo is like one of my favorites. Oh, it's 0030. 0030. We got to remember that. Chat, 0030. Remember that. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. My favorite thing about... And 0050. 0030, 0050. I love Chibi Robo because the sense of scale made it feel like Toy Story, if that makes sense. It has that same similar vibe to it. Like it's like a Pixar kind of video game. 0030, 0050. And we're going to switch over to Elliot because Elliot's double the speed, and we got a guy dying here. You said that earlier? I'm sorry, I didn't read that. I want to grab a snack off of one of those shelves, yeah. I think it's just like a bunch of orange juice and energy drinks. So, I got mine here. Surprisingly, Chibi Robo gets dark. You get to see some marital problems unfold. Yeah. There's also a broken robot in the basement, too. That's pretty sad. This is how it should be. This just feels right. Well, welcome. Merry Christmas, everyone. And, okay. Everyone's going to remind me when I go back to the area with the passcode, so... I just got to remember how to get back there. Wasn't this way, was it? Okay, here we go. We're booking it. Ain't got no time to fight. That's okay, we can eat that. We've got hassys in our pants. We can eat that damage. And it kind of remembered the spot. But first, you got to move this one. 0030, 0050. I do like that Nephilim uses real-time lighting. So, her light source does cast off of dogs and Elliot there. And just whatever surface. That's pretty impressive for 1999. I think there are 5 total Chibi Robo games, including like Photo Finder for the 3DS. That's the most obscure one. Okay, 0030.
Shutter number 0030 is now deactivated. The emergency shutter is now activated. Please enter the number of a shutter you would like.
Is there another shutter after that, or is it just the 2? Like, should I just do 0070 just to be safe there?
0 is now deactivated.
I'm gonna try 0070 just in case.
Now activated. The emergency shutter is now activated.
I guess there were only the 2. Okay, let's leg it back there. The camera is not in an ideal position here. It's okay, we got hassys. I don't like running towards the camera in any video game. It's just not a good idea. Okay. Was one of the shutters over here? That's the weapon. I think this opened up, right? Give me them coins. Ooh! So these tentacles over here, once you waste them, they don't come back for a while. But it's hard to get a beat on them. What's this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a hassy. Here we go. I think I need 2 more stamps to complete the rally. What do we got over here? Hey, looking good. We're not going in just yet. I think that's the lounge. Where Dogs gets his Santa costume, I believe. Oh, hell yes. Look at these gifts! Give the gift of Hassy. The babes. And a stamp.
Oh, you got Total 10 back. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Was that all there was there? It's the Kimura information booth. Okay, gotcha. Cool room. I think he's wearing the Hassy shirt. That monster there is wearing a Hassy shirt. It's just all ripped up. Like the one I'm wearing. Okay, we've got 1 small Hassy and some large ones. And we got 25 minutes to save this dude from a heart attack. I don't know. Is he going to make it? Woo! I'm a little too greedy. I shouldn't be stopping for the money. Okay, so that was one of the shutters. I think the other was back this way. The toy. This is the other one here. This area is very Illbleed-esque. In fact, there's a whole toy store level in Illbleed. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, wow. We need to retreat. Tactical retreat and reload. Wow. Alright, chug it. I'm right next to another ammo dispenser, so we'll be okay. We got 5 large hassys, we're alright. Guys, look, it's a Sega Genesis. Or it's the Mega Drive, since we're playing the Japanese version.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that's the Mega Drive over there. Lots of Sega references. Alright, we're gonna do another quick sweep just to make sure I didn't leave anything behind. I don't think I did, though. The camera is just like bobbing and weaving all throughout these. It does better like when it's in an open environment, because like look how many different switches. This is probably what they had in mind whenever they decided to do the over-the-shoulder camera. As they went through this area, it's like this camera switches like 10 times. We can't be having that. Too many camera switches. Yeah, the pins are from Pin Triathlon, I believe is what it's called. We're getting pressed on time. I'm going to check one more thing. I'm going to get some ammo, and I think I know where I need to go next. I don't know. I can't risk it, but I do need the ammo, so let's go for it. We're gonna get a few clips here. I got plenty of hassys. Let's go. Welcome, everyone. 40 people live. Thank you for joining the Christmas Cool stream on this beautiful Christmas Eve. It's actually a really nice one over where I'm staying. It's not even snowing, and that makes me happy. I don't really like cold, frigid Christmases. What'd you all wish for? I didn't wish for shit, honestly. I didn't want anything. I'm very content with what I got. Here we go. I wish for a fun, cool stream, and so far, my wish has come true. Are we in the porn shop? What is this? Can I show this on stream? Am I gonna get flagged? Okay, is that the elevator card? Or is that the pharmacy card? We're in the erotica shop. Alright, let's read a little chat before we go into our next area. 70 degrees where you are. Naganomancer. Well, that's wonderful. It's not that hot where I'm at. It's probably in the 50s, I would say. Which is pretty warm for Christmas. Lost Impact says, aside from the camera stuff, what are the differences between this and the American version? This one is a bit easier from what I remember. It just feels like it's more balanced in favor of the player, whereas the North American one, I think like the normal mode is the Japanese hard. Something like that. The text and the camera angles, I believe that's it. I don't know if there's any uncensored or censorship things between the versions. But it's an easy enough game to navigate in Japanese.
What are you doing? Did you go to Rad's place?
I'm looking for Taco Pen.
Doing the stamp rally. She's not impressed.
I guess she doesn't understand jokes.
I love these kind of chicks.
The boys. Their banter's great. I love these kind of chicks. Taco Pen, aka Octopus Pen. So we've got all 4 stamps. The rally is complete. I think this is the video rental store. Remember when these existed? I do.
Congratulations! You have completed the stamp rally! Please take the elevator to the 2nd floor. Let's join the special discount!
Guys, we got 20 minutes to save this guy. I think you get nitric... Oh, no! Oh, shit! Get out of there! Get out! I wasn't expecting that. I do have a napalm launcher. I could use that. Congratulations. Congratulations. You have played a great game and proved the justice of our culture. Get out of here with this dialogue. I can't skip it. And the timer's elapsing. Oh, there's an employee right there.
Saved my life. You guys are rescuers? How many are saved? Is Devlin alive?
Chill, one question at a time.
Okay.
First of all, we are not rescuers. I mean, I am. I'm as lost as you are, and I have no idea how many survived.
Do you have the card key to the freezer warehouse?
Give me the card key.
He's Dogs Bauer, captain of the SS Deanna. We're...
No time for explanation. If you want to live, give me the card key.
It's in a safe on my desk. This is a key to the safe.
Wait here. I'll be back right away.
If you want to live, give me the card key. I need to find the nitroglycerin. Otherwise, this dude's gonna die. Here we are. What do we got? What do we got? The Iron Fist. $4,000. The lightsaber, which is $7,000. You have to do so much grinding to get these weapons. And then you have the Wrestle T-shirt for dogs. I almost have enough for this, but I don't have the time to get it right now. After I get the nitroglycerin, I guess we can grind for some of these things. What about this middle one here? Oh, we got a hot dog, hamburgers, and we'll get a couple of hassys just for the road. I forget what that guy gives you if you save his life. Nothing worthwhile, I'm sure. I think I did save up for the lightsaber once. It's a decent weapon. Okay, I'm getting turned around here. So we got bento boxes here. We got the steak plate, which I believe is a Salisbury-looking operation for $2,400. I don't think so. We got some sushi plates, a little sashimi in there, some tamago, I see, some unagi, eel. And then we got the pasta plate. Pasta over... There's a slice of pizza up there. The pasta over there is always some kind of bolognese. I had spaghetti while I was in Japan. It was delicious. It didn't taste too different from Chef Boyardee, though. The stun rod, here we go. That's what we needed. We're gonna save his life. We got 17 minutes on the clock to get him that nitroglycerin. So we're gonna go save that man's life and then grind for some stupid shit. How about that, chat? Sounds like a plan. Maybe I'll put up a poll. So we'll come back here after we save this dude's life. And then we'll put up a poll. Oh! No. And then whatever stupid weapon you want me to save up for, we'll grind for it. And then should be a straight shot to this guy. Hey, I didn't forget you, buddy.
Here, I got your dachshund.
Thanks. You saved my life. Here, use this.
Ah, it's the key card we need. I think that leads us to the freezer, which takes us... Or maybe that it's the bonus area. I think that he gives you the bonus key card for the storage, so I know where that's at. Because otherwise you'd get soft locked out of it, right? Okay, so there's a bonus area. Let me go by that real quick. Do you get anything if you eat every different food? No, I think if I recall correctly, it's just health. Like, you don't get any buffs or anything like that, from what I remember. I don't think I would trust a hot dog from a vending machine. I've had a hot dog out of a vending machine before. Was it great? Not necessarily, but it was edible. I had a lot of weird stuff out of vending machines while I was over there. I think the best thing I had out of a vending machine was fried chicken, of all things. I am a fan of karage. While I was over in Japan, karage was probably my most consumed meal. I just had fried chicken once a day with a big old glob of rice, and it was amazing. I also learned how to cook karage, but I'm still working on the recipe or the timing of things. It's a delicate balance. What could possibly be better than a weapon than a lightsaber? There's a lot of silly things here. Like, it's weird how weapons are balanced, because there just isn't. There isn't any balance. It's hard. Like, in your head, you would think, like, Resident Evil, like, oh, you know, handgun, shotgun, then you get a grenade launcher, then a rocket launcher. Like, there's a natural progression there. Blue Stinger, no. I would say Elliot's melee is probably like one of the most versatile and best weapons you could do for most, like, close combat situations. Here it is. So I think that's napalm, or is that for the flamethrower? Oh, I think I just got my answer there. All right, let's check it out. So we just unlocked the shotgun, and we got 72 rounds for it. And we got 16 rounds for our napalm. Yeah, so that was just specifically Elliot stuff. So I'm gonna go back up to the second floor, and I'll create a poll, chat, on what we're gonna work towards. I think I'll stick to chips and mini donuts. Good call. Get some... What do they make over there? What are those, like, little pastries? Quiche? Not quiche. I'm thinking of macarons. Macarons. Get some macarons. Takoyaki, says Gabriel. Yeah, I can tolerate takoyaki, but it's not like something I crave. I had some takoyaki in Osaka. Some fresh, hot lava takoyaki. I think I talked about it in my video. Oh. It was like molten lava. It was good, though, but not. They're just like hush puppies, essentially. Let's take out this guy. Smoke him if he got him. This is one of the bosses in Illbleed. A hidden boss you can fight is this monster. Straight up same model and everything. Oh no! Not good. Alright, we gotta throw back a hassy. I think the problem with the hassies in this is, like, there is a bit of a buffer. Like, you have to wait for him to drink the whole fucking hassy. Yeah, otherwise you can get canceled out there. Okay, hopefully it's like an Estus flask. Illbleed, or Blue Stinger invented the Estus flask. I don't think that was worth it. Okay, and then he shits out all these coins. Holy crap. How many coins is that? There's got to be a better way. They could have just, like, you know, put out one big bag of coins, but no. They had to render each individual coin, because of course they did. That was a lot of coins. Maybe it's worth farming this guy. What do you think, chat? He was worth a lot. And right out here, we can just, like, load up on health items. Maybe that's the difference in the food there. The higher the dollar amount, the faster you eat the food. I would like to say. Okay, so one of our options is the stun rod. Okay, so we got the stun rod. And then if we go all the way through this maze, we have the Iron Fist, the lightsaber, the wrestle shirt. Okay, let's put out a poll here. Okay. Stun rod. Wrestle shirt. Spoonie. What was it? Iron Fist. And lightsaber. Sabre. Alright, chat. There's your poll. What are we gonna work towards? If we go for the lightsaber, we're gonna be here all night. That is $7,000. This is tangible. I can get this wrestle shirt. I could probably get the Iron Fist. The stun rod I'm close to getting anyway, so... But you're gonna have to hear the Christmas music the whole time, so... Choose wisely. Or I could put in the Jumbo Club, I guess. But I need some ammo to get this done, because if I'm gonna do this, we're gonna have to take out that big boy right outside. I don't know. We'll run this poll for like 5 minutes and then see what happens. Alright, I'm gonna get a couple of hot dogs and see if I can eat them faster than I can drink a hassy. I should have prepared hot dogs for this stream, and then we could have really done the science on this. I think I have to go downstairs to get more ammo. Unless there's another vending machine up here. Oh, he doesn't respawn. Which means this is going to take forever to get money. So I think, honestly, I see the wrestle shirt is in first place. That may be a good thing for the stream, because we can actually save up for that. Okay, so how much is a shotgun clip here? 120? Okay. From 900... What was it for the wrestling shirt? Was it like 2,400? This is gonna be crazy. Okay. Wake his ass up. Okay. So from 900, this guy yields $50. So we're gonna have to do this like 20 times. That's okay. Unless there's like a better way to do... I think there is a guy who's worth more money. So, there's a guy who shits out more coins, so we're gonna go for him. I'll show you. I don't want to have to keep zoning in and out 20 times. That's just not good stream content. So I got some shotgun. We'll go pay our friend a visit over here. So this scientist guy right here. Okay, so right now we have 1,000. Let's see how much he's worth. Hopefully I got all the coins there. So he's worth 100. So that's like double time there. That won't be so bad. So if we can keep fighting this guy, that should speed it up a little bit. And I'm not going to buy any more magazines there. We just need a closer zone. Are there any monsters that spawn here? Oh yeah, there's also this machine too. But the Jumbo Club is not on the menu. Sorry, folks. He's a tough customer. Now, since the enemy's down, I'm gonna wait till I get about halfway health before I chug a hassy. And since I have the shotgun, I'm gonna use it to stun him. So, blow off his head. That didn't really work all that well. That didn't work all that well. Maybe 2 shots ought to do it. I don't mind using up all of our ammo since we're just doing something stupid like this. So we'll go ahead and use that. What's the poll saying? Did somebody fix the poll here? Okay, Wrestle shirt is what we're going for. We got 5% on the stun rod. Nobody wanted that. No Dino Crisis fans in here. Iron Fist 10%. Lightsaber 30%. Okay, well that's it. So, we're going for the Wrestle shirt. That doesn't mean that we won't potentially go for something else, but it's our target for now. We'll throw back a hassy. And I am going to go ahead and just use all my ammo. If it makes it just like a hair faster, it'll be worth it. I hate this camera angle though. Oh dear lord. So it takes about 3 rounds to take him out. And he does start to pursue Elliot. Two rounds. And an uppercut. And a kick. Give me it. Alright, so where are we? We're getting close. The Benoit shirt. Yeah, we're gonna be pulling some crippler crossfaces on these monsters, which are also our family members. I don't think it's a too soon. That shit was like 15 years ago. Frog minutes will be crucial to understanding Romeo. Well, that's good. I'm one of the few people in the world that's 100% in frog minutes, and I have absorbed all the lore. I was talking to a buddy of mine up on Twitter the other day. Frog minutes came up, believe it or not. There's also a dude who always shows up in my chat. His handle is Frog Minutes, so shout out to Frog Minutes. He's always watching them archives, so shout out. But I was talking to somebody about Frog Minutes. I was looking through my old files, and I made a call-out video. I cut a promo on another YouTube channel. The short story is, I think, when did I make that Frog Minutes video? I think it was like in 2017 or 2018. Frog Minutes used to be on the iOS and Android store, and almost nobody had bought it. And so what I did is I purchased it, and then I downloaded an Android emulator called Nox, N-O-X, so I could play it on my PC and capture it as a silly little video. This was like right before my Shadows of the Dam video, so I thought I'd make something silly while people waited. And so I did a full playthrough, 100% of Frog Minutes, and I made a video on it, and it was just something stupid, like something I really wasn't that invested in. It was just a dumb thing. Well, it turns out not too long after I made that video, Frog Minutes was pulled from the Android store and iOS, and it became a piece of lost media. And then, like, this company on YouTube called No Clip Games, they couldn't get footage of Frog Minutes because it was pulled from the store, so they just straight up ripped my Frog Minutes video and then cropped out my edits and stuff, and I caught their asses. Like, when I watch videos, I kind of remember things. Like, I remember the sequence in which I presented something, because when you edit, you're just so... You're focused on things like timing and pacing and trying to match your audio to the visual on the screen if you're doing it right. And so I recognized my own frames. I recognized my own footage. And so this company called NoClip interviews Suda, and there's a section about Frog Minutes in there. And as Suda's talking, they're using my footage. So then I thought it would be really funny to do like a wrestling style promo. And I don't know if this is still up there, but I found the promo, like where I cut out on NoClip, and I was like, you stole my footage, you didn't ask me for that, and then you're trying to pass it off like it's your own, and you didn't do that. And I just like yelled at them, and I said, all of you live on Twitter. You could have just DM'd me, but you didn't. You stole my footage. And I called them out. And their chief of staff at NoClip. By the way, I had never seen a NoClip video up until that point. I didn't know who they were or what they did. But the chief of staff reached out to me and said that was like one of the funniest things they had ever saw. Like they knew that the intent was humor. Like I didn't really give that much of a shit. But it was really funny. And then so like their chief of staff credited me in the description, and then he like reached out and apologized to me, and then so I made a follow-up video where them giving me the Frog Minutes credit put my soul to rest and I could pass on. So there's like a follow-up video where I disappear because I was a tortured soul or something, I don't know, but I sent that to my buddy on Twitter. I was like, you remember when I did this shit? All over Frog Minutes? My precious minutes. Yeah, they stole it. And then there's another layer to that story. So, as I mentioned, they pulled Frog Minutes from the iOS and Android store. So it was lost media. Like, nobody had a PKG file for it. And Paradise Hotel 51 put out a bounty. They were like, hey, Hikiko, if you have this, we need you to find it. Like if it's on an old phone or something, we'll show you how to extract it. And I think after my Frog Minutes video, which I'll never do this again, but after that I like deleted all my project files for it, including my ROM of Frog Minutes, because I just presumed that it would be there forever, and that was not the case at all. Okay, guys, I'm going to kill this guy 2 more times, and we're going to get the Wrestle shirt. So yeah, Frog Minutes used to be a piece of missing media, but I guess some Russian had backed it up or something, or they just had a copy of it. So somebody claimed the bounty. So Frog Minutes is no longer missing. I think if you reach out to Paradise Hotel 51, they'll point you in the right direction if you want to play Frog Minutes. It's really not that complicated of a game. I'm sure you could like recreate it and play it in a browser, because it's just straight up a drag and drop kind of game. But they preserved it, so it has been preserved. And that's my Frog Minute story for the 3 people out there who knows what that is. Okay, I'm getting closer. I want to get 3,000. Hey! Hey, thank you so much. I don't know why that didn't show up on the screen there. Did it show up on the screen for you guys? Thank you so much, Kiru Belmont, with your frog/Glenn avatar there. Big heart. Merry Christmas to you. Kiru says, that second video you made had the Tarzan boy playing as you merged with the consciousness. I absolutely love that video. Merry Christmas, bro. Kiru remembers. That is some old school HM lore there. Kiru was around for that. Also, Detective Glaive with the membership for 9 months. We appreciate you too. Golden Hassies. Yeah, Kiru, I started like a little miniature war, and this was so stupid because like I didn't really give a shit that anyone used my Frog Minutes footage, but the last time that shit happened to me, like, I mean, it's happened to me a lot on HM, like where some snaky company will just steal my footage and my edits. Like I've done Let's Play no commentary streams before. I have a second channel called the Hikikomori Archives, and a way for me to like preserve my gameplay or prove that I played through a game, I would just stream it from start to finish. My Silver Case playthrough and my Another Code /Trace memory playthrough are some of the highest viewed playthroughs of those games because they were the first to do it. So people have used footage from my trace memory stuff and my silver case playthrough, and I don't really give a shit. But there was one time that I got really upset when somebody stole my footage. And when I say stole my footage, I'm also saying like stole my edits, because when you sequence things, when you place them in a certain order and you like comb through footage, like that's the hardest part of editing, is referencing certain moments and placing them and all that. And of course research and all that. But it was my Blood Plus and my Samurai Champloo videos. I had imported a copy of Blood Plus One Night Kiss. I modified my PlayStation 2. I did like very special particular things to get it all captured and compatible with my capture card. It took a lot of money out of my pocket to make that happen, because nobody had captured like most of the late game stuff. Like there was like 0 playthroughs of Blood Plus One Night Kiss up on YouTube. And I know this is ancient history. I don't really give a shit now, but I'm just telling you for the story's sake. I was like the first to do it at the time. And so I put out like 3 videos back to back to back, because I was starting Grasshopper B-sides. Like my first Grasshopper video I made was Blood Plus, and I think the second was Samurai Champloo. And what I was doing was building a narrative arc in terms of development, because I wanted to show like how both Blood Plus and or Blood Plus and Samurai Champloo and other things like influenced the design on No More Heroes, like how there was an actual evolution in combat. And as I said, nobody had uploaded some of the footage that I had. So literally 1 month, I would say like within 30 days of me uploading my Samurai Champloo video and talking about these influences. I think it might have been my No More Heroes. Did You Know Gaming? Did You Know Gaming takes my footage wholesale. And the thing is, I wrote the research for this, and I was talking about these influences and tracing it and so on and so forth. Did You Know Gaming takes my edits, and they also rehash the same points that I brought up in my video like 30 days before. Like with probably not even that. And I think it was like Matt McMuscles or something was the narrator. And so I went onto Twitter and I was like, hey, why didn't anyone like reach out to me about this? I would have given you permission if you would have just asked me, but I was like, this is a different scenario. It's not just a matter of stealing my footage. It's stealing the same points I made and then just throwing Matt McMuscles over it. So I reached out to like one of the editors because I was pissed the fuck off. This was like the only time I got really pissed off at this happening. I reached out to one of the editors and this is what they told me. They said, we didn't steal your research. We actually, one of our guys used to work for Suda51, and Suda51 told him all of this. That was it. That was the bullshit. And then they were like, tough shit, Hikiko. That was back when I had like maybe under 1,000 subs. Like it was, nobody was listening to me. I was like, I can see with my own eyes, my own footage, my own gameplay, my words being repeated back to me. And so, yeah, that's how I burned my bridge with Did You Know Gaming, because I asked them for credit on the shit they stole. So fuck them forever. I don't know. I mean, like, what do you want me to say? No, I'm not cool with that. I know we're in a post-AI society and everything is ripped off now, and AI is like writing all these scripts for all these YouTubers. But back in the day, I did that shit solo, and I still do it solo, but back then, it really was like a low blow. I'm telling you guys this now. I still have some trauma, some residual trauma I got to get out there, but like, you got to put it from my perspective here. When I was starting out, I had nobody doing shit for me. Like, it was impossible to get your stuff seen. And so my perspective from back in the day was, well, I'm going to talk about the games that nobody else is talking about. I'm discovering my niche. I'm going for it. So I wanted to like do these research on these Japanese games that nobody was talking about the esoteric grasshopper games and sweary games in the Simple series back then, because that was uncharted territory in North America. So, like, when some million sub channel comes in and just, like, snatches something from you, and they don't even give you the time of day, not even a link, not even a credit, no shine whatsoever, it hurt. Like, I almost quit the channel over this shit because it hurt that much. I felt dejected, like I wasn't worth anything. It was just, let's just take his shit, let's take his edits, and then just lie to my face about it. So, I mean, nowadays, it's whatever. I'm doing just fine. I think I've established an audience, and people know that we do things here the right way at HM. But, yeah. I almost left YouTube over that shit, and I think anyone would. Because that happens all the time. You'll see somebody on TikTok or Instagram rip somebody's YouTube videos and then, or, you know, crop out the watermarks and then just make tons of money off it. It's happening all the time at an insane factory level. But back then, I feel it was a lot rarer of a situation, and I literally had nobody in my corner backing me on this. Nobody. No, like, who's gonna listen to like an under 1,000 sub channel when there's just shouting against a fucking Goliath? Like, Did You Know Gaming? So no, they've never had me on. They've never like issued an apology for that, and they'll probably deny that forever. And they probably won't even care. Like, it's just like they make so much money stealing other people's hard research and repackaging it as their own. So that's just how it goes. Life's unfair like that. But it's Christmas, and we're over that shit, okay? But I just thought I'd share that with you. That's a piece of Hikiko lore. Let's get our Wrestle t-shirt. Shout out to the big man, Spoonie. We miss you, Spoonie, wherever you are. We got the Wrestle shirt for Spoonie. What do you say, guys? You want to go for the Iron Fist? One in chat if you want us to go for the Iron Fist. Next.
Okay, throw me some numbers.
One in chat if we're going for the Iron Fist. Two in chat if we're just done. Fun Guy says it takes 2 seconds to credit somebody. It's just shitty not to do. Yes! And it was so recent, guys. Back then, you can go look at the timeline. When I uploaded, I think it was either my No More Heroes or my Samurai Champloo video. It was one of those two. Like within a month, Did You Know Gaming puts out a No More Heroes video using my footage and some of my points that nobody had made at that time. I guarantee you that. But whatever. It's in the past. Let's get that Wrestle shirt on. Okay, but here's the rule. We got to use the Wrestle shirt to get money, right? We're going to die if we do that. We got the Wrestle shirt on. I forget what this does. That can't be it. This is the Wrestle shirt? It can't just be a punch. It better be a powerful fucking punch. What is this? I can't even. We just spent all that money on a straightforward punch. Hold on a second. Doesn't the karate shirt also have a punch? Let's go back to the karate t-shirt. Okay, so the karate shirt has 2 kicks. I thought it has a punch too. It has a punch. Did you see it? It has the same punch. It has the same punch. What the fuck's the point of the wrestle shirt? What is this? It's the wrestler punch. Right, that makes all the difference. The other way to see it is, I guess you have fans in high places, says Naganomancer. Ones have it, a field of ones, a field of ones. Okay, we'll do the wrestle shirt. I do have fans in high places. I'm not going to tell you who, because I respect everyone's privacy. Like, they probably don't want to associate with a little old peon like myself. But I have some people that I really respect that have reached out to me, and even developers, like game developers. I don't know if Sweary's ever going to hit me up again, but I've had developers of games that I've reviewed on the channel. I've had this is just a rumor, okay? This is just a rumor. But I was told through the grapevine, this is how high Hikikomori Media has gotten. The channel, not Hikiko. I've been told that a certain CEO of Xbox has seen one of my videos. And, so, I think how it happened, this is what I was told, and I wasn't told it by this person, but I am going to bring somebody up. We're going to do a little name drop here. But I made a video about the Xbox C-Bomb equivalent. I forget the actual title. I think it was called Unlock Xbox. Alright, time to test out this wrestle shirt. God, this is horrible. This is horrible. This is the worst shirt. Why did you guys make me get this? This is a joke. We gotta get out of here. Why did you... This is the joke weapon, right? We gotta eat a hot dog. Emergency hot dog. That can't be it. Where's the wrestling component? Can he do a grab? That can't be it, guys. For real? This is the worst weapon in the game. Thanks a lot. Alright, so this is the story. I made a video called Unlock Xbox. And I went through all these different experiments. I think it's still up on my channel. I went through all these different experiments with the Xbox Series X. And talking about how there's how you're locked out of your games, even games that you've purchased, unless you get an update patch for each one of the games. So you had to be connected to the internet to get this little, I don't know, 300 kilobyte patch that unlocked the game. And I went through every single test case scenario. And then in that video, I proposed a solution. I was like, hey, wouldn't it be great if you could just do a one-time compatibility patch for all these games, all these Xbox One games and stuff like that? And you could download that and then be able to play these offline without having to connect to the internet. And then Modern Vintage Gamer referenced my video and put out a video of his own. And he actually gave me a credit. Like, he shouted me the fuck out, and he was a real one for that. And then through this chain of events, either my video or Modern Vintage Gamer's video got to the desk of Phil Spencer. Which is really, really funny, because in my Xbox video, there is a scene where the floating head of Phil Spencer grants one of my wishes. And my wish was for D4 Season 2 at the end of that video. So I'm just imagining Phil Spencer watching my shitty little video and having to hear the words D4 Season 2. So, through some crazy magic, Phil Spencer saw my plea for D4 Season 2. We don't have it. It never happened. Like, we didn't get D4 Season 2. But the very prospect of Phil Spencer watching me talk about it was just hilarious. I laughed for a whole fucking week when I heard that. So, I don't know how this happened, but apparently happened. And then right after that, the devs on Xbox used one of my solutions. You know, I don't know which one it was. I think they just issued like a fix that allowed you to like launch Xbox One games without having to download special patches all at once. So like they packaged it in a system update, and then so every Xbox that was made after a certain period could be playable offline. So in the games, like the Xbox One games, could be. I don't know if they needed the one-time activation with the account still, but from what I recall, at least all the Xbox One games could launch offline after that point. So, I don't know if it was my video or Modern Vintage Gamers video or maybe somebody in between, but through a series of chain of events, Phil Spencer somehow watched my video and heard me say D4 Season 2. So, it didn't happen. We didn't get D4 Season 2, but that would just tickled me. It just tickled me thinking about that. So that's the piece of lore. I was told that through the grapevine. I will not reveal my source, but I believe it. I do believe it, because like right after the video, like within like 2 weeks after the video, they updated the Xbox Series X to launch Xbox One games offline. So that was crazy. You think I should use down and attack and see if there's more attacks? I'm doing down and attack. I don't think there's any other attacks with the wrestle shirt, guys. I'm afraid to say it, but I think it's just a joke weapon. Is this Skyrim? Yes. Maybe we'll blow through our bowgun. So I have to save up. How much was it for the Iron Fist? Let's go get a target here. We're going to save up for one more weapon before... we're almost at the 3-hour mark, which is really good for a stream. I like to end them around the 3-hour mark, but I did make a promise. So it is Christmas. We got 48 people in here. Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you for joining. All these lonely fucks just like Hikiko here. playing Blue Stinger, a Dreamcast game from 1999, wearing a Hassy t-shirt. What is going on? So we're just going to go get a little bead and figure out how much we need for the Iron Fist, because I've already forgotten. Do. So the stun rod is 3,300. We're close to that. And then we've got the Iron Fist is $4,000. That should be attainable. That's doable. So what? We need like 2,700, and we get 100 per. It's gonna be a little bit, but we're gonna switch over to Elliot because Elliot's a lot faster. And then after we get the Iron Fist, we can call it. So get your questions in. Anything you want to say? If you want to talk about that sweary video I just put out, I forgot to promote that. Let me plug that real quick. Guys, there's a new sweary files on the channel. It was literally the most requested video I had all year. By far. I got comments every day, messages, people hit me up on Discord. When's that Hotel Barcelona video? When's that Hotel Barcelona video? And, the reason I didn't put that out sooner is because they launched it on the same day as Silent Hill F, or at least a day apart. And I tried to, like, I wrote to the publisher. I was like, hey, is there any possible way I could get a review code a week in advance? And I'm not expecting anything. Like, you know, I'm a small channel comparatively. But I was like, is there any possible way I could get this a week in advance? And if I would have dedicated, like, all my time to Hotel Barcelona. But I'm kind of glad it turned out the way it did. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. No! How far back did we save, guys? How far back did we save? Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me show you some late game stuff. This is a happy accident. 51 viewers. How ironic. Oh, no. We still have $1,500 here, but no. Let's, I can't load those. How far back was that? It's got to be a while back. Let's just take a look at what weapons we got in stock. We got the napalm gun. Yeah, that's way, way far back. Okay. That changes some things. I'm not going to go through all that shit again because that's like 2 hours. 2 hours back. So let's go to full cam. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Q&A portion of the Blue Stinger Cool Stream. I'm going to eat a little peanut butter cookie here and think about my life. Delicious. That was like 2 hours of progress down the drain. That's okay. We'll save it for next Christmas, right? Chat, we're going to spend like the last bit of the stream with you. Allow me to finish my story. So, rewind. Hotel Barcelona released a day after Silent Hill F. And once I found that out, I put out a little short on the channel saying, like, this is a problem for me because I want to cover both Silent Hill F and Hotel Barcelona. And if we're just talking numbers, my Silent Hill videos by far outshine any other content I do, just by the nature of it being Silent Hill. The other games are quite niche, but I do them for the love of the game. Sweary Files, Grasshopper B-Sides, I do it for the love of the game. They like, they make me like almost no money from AdSense, but that's okay. I've been making Sweary Files for almost 5 years now, I think. 2020 is when I started Sweary Files. So it was going to happen, just not at the same time. So I put out a short telling everyone my dilemma. It's like, hey, Hotel Barcelona comes out one day after Silent Hill F, and I've already blocked out time in my life for Silent Hill F, so it's going to be a minute for Hotel Barcelona. I wrote to the publisher. I was like, hey, is there any way that I can get this game like a week in advance? If I could get it a week before Silent Hill, I would dedicate all my time to it, put out that video, and then do Silent Hill. And I didn't hear back from them until the day of Hotel Barcelona's launch. So they did provide me graciously with a review key, but I couldn't touch the game really until after I was done with Silent Hill. So I finished Silent Hill. That was a crazy edit. Really crazy. You guys remember that video. I still have some of the props from that around. You can see the flowers are still part of the background. So that took a lot of time, and then my IRL got really crazy right after Silent Hill. So I was playing through Hotel Barcelona, and the game at launch was miserable. It was super slow. Hit detection was buggy. You couldn't chain together combos really well. And I just wasn't vibing with it. So it really wasn't until the end of November when I could go through the game and like dedicate time. So by that time, I got a few patches. So I played through it, and I'd already done a lot of the research because I was following this game since it was announced like back in 2019. So I had a lot of the research done already. And then as I was writing my review and I had all the footage and I was ready to go, they put out a substantial update. So I had to like go back and add like an additional 5 minutes to the video or something. And then there was also another controversy. So all that's covered in the video itself. Go watch it. I think it's one of the funnier videos, but throughout the entire time, people are commenting, they were messaging me. They were like, Hikiko, when are you going to make this Hotel Barcelona? You are the guy for this. You cover Swery, you cover Suda. This is made for you. So I had you guys in my heart when I was making that video. All the old school HM fam, thank you so much for encouraging me, because I was certainly losing steam while I was playing it at times. All right. So, chat, I'm going to read a little bit, and then I'm going to wish you a Merry Christmas, okay? Okay. J-Man says, at least you know not to buy that wrestling shirt again now. I'm going to look that up on GameFAQs. If there's something going on with that wrestling shirt that I need to know about, if there's like some Hadouken or something, I have a feeling there's like some hidden power. I don't know. I'll check the instruction booklet. Indie Chaos, yeah, you're bringing up the music. The music in Blue Stinger was composed by, Indie Chaos says, Toshihiko Sahashi. Yeah, the guy did Big O and Monster, is it Hunter Cross Hunter? It was Hunter Cross Hunter. And the Big O. The Big O is my favorite anime ever. And so if you want to know why Blue Stinger has this obnoxiously loud, orchestral, like ill-fitting soundtrack, it's because the composer of the Big O, he makes big sounds. And Blue Stinger was like one of his first games that he composed. I think he's done others since. The Love of Swery, says Jim Downer. Right. I think I'm the only guy out there still giving him the benefit of the doubt. I think I mentioned this in my video, but he's burned a lot of bridges or a lot of PR snafus. A lot of those. And, I don't, as a backer of the good life, I don't really hold any sort of grudges against him. And I think in the right conditions, he's an amazing creator. He's got 5 games I really like, maybe 6. Everyone just says like he hasn't made a good game since Deadly Premonition. That's not true. I would say Extermination is pretty good. Spy Fiction has its moments. Gotta love Tomba 2. I have a chart. Let me see if I have that chart. Let me pull it into the stream. I posted this, I think I DM'd this to my buddy, but I actually did make a Swery game ranking chart. I haven't played everything he's made. I haven't played Death Game Hotel. Yes, I got it right here. Perfect. Let me pull this into the stream real quick. We have a chart, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be really hard to see, but we're going to cover up my face. Oh no. Oh no, that was the wrong thing to do. Oops. That was the wrong window. Okay, here we are. Here's my chart. Swery Games ranking. I was going to pull this into the video, but I thought the video was already running pretty long as it is. But We're going to slowly scroll up, okay? So, obviously, Deadly Premonition... Let me cover you up, chat. Sorry, chat. Let me explain my ranking here. I think Deadly Premonition, in terms of a cultural impact, by far, it is number one. That is where Swery got his name. He made a name for himself. He won the Guinness Book of World Records for most polarizing game. Twin Peaks fans discovered him. Some people discovered Twin Peaks through Deadly Premonition, like yours truly. I actually went and watched Twin Peaks. I had played Deadly Premonition first, then I discovered Twin Peaks. So I don't see why they were complaining. And I love it. It's obviously the biggest inspiration for the channel. Like when I made this channel, I wanted to talk about Deadly Premonition. You can see behind me, I've got a Deadly Premonition themed poster and all sorts of shit. So we wouldn't be here without Deadly Premonition. Then coming in at a close number 2, D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. I believe that was the first Swery game I ever covered on the channel. It's very important to me. It's one of those lingering feelings of emptiness, right? It's just unresolved somewhat. I tried my best to resolve it in my video. And then coming in at number 3, the missing J.J. Macfield in the Island of Memories. I think from a narrative standpoint, it's one of Swery's most coherent and stronger narratives. And it's short and focused. I think that was the direction he should... And I think it's probably his most accolades he's ever won from a game. And it kind of reminds me of Never Dead. I think it's a cute, sweet story. And I thought it was fun to play. Number 3. Number 4, Tomba 2. Gotta give a shout out. I'd say Tomba 2 might be his funnest game. It's the funnest to play, and it also birthed the AGDQ, was it 2018? Bless Swery for that. Spy Fiction coming in at a hot number 5. If you like Metal Gear and spy games, just like James Bond kind of stuff, Spy Fiction's for you. I'd say it's just right there in the middle. Not as best, not as worst, just kind of in the middle. And it ties into Deadly Premonition just a little bit. It ties into D4. You can get Spy Fiction costume. Number 6 is Extermination. If I had to redo this list, I may place Extermination just above Spy Fiction for the nostalgia factor. Extermination, there's a video on the channel. It's one of the Christmas specials. It is based somewhat on John Carpenter's, loosely, The Thing. It's a better Thing game than The Thing itself. And there's a Bar Swery 65 there. And you're going to hate this, but I would place Hotel Barcelona at number 7. And this is post-patches, okay? Hotel Barcelona, I think, is a coherent game. It's got focus. Once you level up and you understand how all the combos work, it's pretty fun. And it's funny. It's a step in the right direction. I wouldn't say it's his best game. It's definitely like a 5 or 6 out of 10. Okay, it's not. Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise. You all know my feelings on this one. The reason why it's so far down is because it was such a blow to my heart. This was my most hyped game of all time. If you can believe it, chat. I wanted this game to be something it could never live up to. So maybe that's unfair of me. I like the soundtrack on Deadly Premonition 2, and that mainly because it's royalty-free music. Deadly Premonition 2 uses the same royalty-free licensed music, royalty-free music from the same house as The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs, so I do use it. I think it has some good moments in there, like the dynamic between York and Patty's pretty good, but everything else is such a digression. Like, if you imagine this, Deadly Premonition 2 was made 10 years after Deadly Premonition 1. And it's almost worse in every regard, from a technical standpoint, from a graphical standpoint, from a story standpoint. The weapons are awful. You just have like one gun, Mr. Alligator. It's like a airsoft gun. And then you have like his Videodrome branch arm. It hurt me a lot. But it didn't hurt me as much as number 9 here. The quote-unquote good life. I think the reason why I put the good life at the bottom is no joke. I put over 100 hours into this game. 100 hours I'll never get back. Me and my buddy Mark, collectively, me, Mark, and Whitney, between the three of us, spent 300 hours. And I wrote a guide. I wrote some tips. There's a guide for the Good Life. If you go on the Good Life subreddit, I wrote a guide for this game, so you won't have to waste this. Hopefully, I'm saving some hours in people's lives. But the Good Life, I put $300. I think it was $300. I kickstarted this. What else happened? I followed this project since I think this was announced back in 2019 when it was on Fig. And I funded it, I think, sometime in 2019 is like at the end of 2019 was the Kickstarter. I put $300 in. And at the time, I had a coworker who was just getting into sweary games. Like, I had told him about Deadly Premonition. I was like, to a Deadly Premonition, we'd both like horror stuff. So I told him, I was like, Deadly Premonition's my all-time favorite game. He goes, what's that? And I tried to explain it to him. I was like, look, if you like Resident Evil 4, the combat is like a really watered-down version of that, but that's not why you play. You play for the interactivity, the world, the characters. It's so funny, and it also has like a good dramatic third act. And my buddy played through it. I was like, dude, you just got to push forward, get past the lumber mill. If you get past the lumber mill, you're gonna love it. And he did, and he loved the game. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna kickstart the Good Life. I was like, really? Okay, cool. And so I convinced people in real life. I think I got 4 or 5 of my friends at the time, to help fund the game. And I'd been hyping it up, and I made a video on my channel about it. I tried to like get more people that were subscribed to me to help fund it, and it got the funding, and it smashed the goal. And he had all these. You guys can watch it. That Good Life video is also, I put probably 100 hours just in that video alone. So this whole project stole $300 from me and maybe 200 hours out of my life. Something like that. Anyway, we'll get it off the screen there so I can see you, chat. But that's why I'm a bit salty for the Good Life, is I really did my due diligence. Nobody out there probably in the world has put more hours into the Good Life, except for maybe Mark. But and then the people, this is what got me the most, okay? After I made that video, there were people in my comments saying like, oh, this is like one of my favorite games ever. I loved it. It's not that bad. And they had 0 skin in the game because they got it on Game Pass. Like, yeah, I got this on Game Pass. It's great, blah, 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 blah. And I swear to God, this is going to sound weird of me, but I found one of those guys that were leaving these smarmy comments like, oh yeah, the Good Life's great. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I looked on their fucking handle. I found their gamer tag, and they didn't even finish beyond like chapter 2. They didn't even get the sheep. They didn't even get the steed. The steed. They're just filling my head full of bullshit. Like, I didn't do my due diligence. I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm trying to save your life, buddy. I put 100 hours that I'll never get back into this shit. But if you go on the Steam review, I think I point this out in my video, like all these people that were glazing, quote unquote, the Good Life, they were talking about how quirky and cool it was. It was like 0.6 hours on record at the time of the review. So like I think I was so mad about that, about like the mischaracterization. Maybe it was white owls, maybe it was some internet white owls that was, you know, fluffing up the reviews in there for it. But they were just like, oh yeah, it's a great game, I don't know what all this negativity is all about. 0.6 hours on record. And then so I made a call out in my video. I was like, I don't want to hear anyone telling me anything about this game until you have a Naomi statue in your garden. If you got a Naomi statue in your garden in The Good Life, that is the hardest thing to get in The Good Life. You have to complete hundreds of tedious side quests. Hundreds. If you have the Naomi statue in your garden, then I'll respect your opinion. And that I've stuck to that to this very day. I've stuck to it. I did it. I didn't just sleep on it. I did my best. Yeah, The Good Life ruined my life. It made it the bad life. The Good Life made my life worse. The worst life. I am worse off having played it. No, I think that video is really funny. I will say, I've made 2 Good Life videos on the channel. I did a follow-up. It's even funnier. Okay, so the follow-up Good Life video, Swery put out like a $10 piece of DLC or $7 piece of DLC. It cost me $11 with taxes and all that. It cost me $11 for this piece of DLC, and he was making a big shitstorm up on Twitter about it because like he was just like, why is everyone complaining that you're paying for an update to the game, like paying for DLC? He goes, you all pay $10 for a cup of Starbucks. Has the whole world gone crazy? And then so like I tore it all apart. I was like, well, for one, we already helped you fund this game. This was a crowd-funded game. And 2, you're putting the resolution to a crowd-funded game behind an additional piece of DLC. It's shitty no matter what you do. No matter what you included in there. And 3, his Starbucks analogy turned out not to be true because right after I made that Good Life DLC video and he talks about how Starbucks costs $10. You all pay $10 for a cup of Starbucks coffee. I flew out to Osaka for the very first time, and I did consider saying, hey, what's up to Swery? Not like in a stalker way. I thought it would be too weird, so I didn't do that. But I went to Osaka, where Swery's from, and I went to Starbucks, and the most expensive drink on the menu at the Osaka Starbucks was 750 yen, which translates to about $5 US. But even in Japanese yen, that's still under $10 US. That's still under $10, still under 1,000 yen. So I don't know where he's getting that people are spending $10 on a cup of coffee. I know inflation's bad now, but back when I made that video, it wasn't that bad. So even that Starbucks thing didn't add up. So there you go. There you go. That's a little piece of lore there. Gabrielle says, I played Hotel Barcelona at launch on the frame rate was awful on PS5. I'm going to let you guys in on this. The frame rate for me, it doesn't bother me that much because I've played past Swery games. I played the PC version of Deadly Premonition Director's Cut, so you know my tolerance for frame rates higher than the average bear. But that's weird that the frame rate was so bad. Like, I looked at the system specs, and the system specs, like the recommended specs for Hotel Barcelona, which was developed in Unity, are double what they were for The Missing, which is a comparable, like that's like the closest analog I could think. It's very unoptimized. But I played through it mostly on my Steam Deck. Just for capture reasons. And I was, if something's going to overheat, I'd rather it be my Steam Deck than my actual PC because RAM's fucking expensive and I don't want to have to rebuild my PC at this time. RAM is really, really expensive. GPUs are really expensive. I'm just not doing it. So my Steam Deck will take the hit there. Miles Day, is it Arete? Miles Day Arete. The way I see it, The Good Life was the mighty number 9 of Sawyer's games, but much worse. Mighty number 9, damn. I would say Mighty number 9 set the shit standard for Kickstarter failures, right? When people talk about crowdfunding mishaps or scams, if you will, I don't know if it's necessarily a scam because the game did release, except for I think like one of the promised versions. I think the 3DS version didn't release or whatever. But Mighty number 9 had so much hype behind it. Mighty number 9, if you guys don't know, was like Keiji Inafune. If you guys remember my old channel icon, it was me and Keiji Inafune. I met Keiji during the crest of the Kickstarter for Mighty number 9, when his reputation was at an all-time high. I even talked to Keiji Inafune twice. Once I asked him why there's an old video on my channel somewhere where I'm dressed like Phil Fish and I go up to a microphone and I ask Keiji Inafune why Japanese games suck now. Being a Phil Fish parody or whatever, but I was sweating bullets because I respected Keiji at the time. And there was a gasp in the crowd there when I asked that. But later on, like, we met up. Like, Keiji remembered me because I went into the video game developer hall. There was a hall where game developers were showing off their games, and Keiji was there looking at other games from other developers. And I got a good photo with him, and that was the channel icon for Hikikomori Media for a long time. So Mighty number 9 was quite a disappointment for us all because like we had all placed our faith in it. Like it was going to be the big resurgence of Japanese games, and then like breaking away from the big corporate monoliths like Capcom. Capcom was at an all-time low because they were trying to cater to Western tastes. You had stuff like the Bionic Commando remake and a bunch of other things, like Resident Evil had 6 come out, and that was catering. Operation Raccoon City, like all-time low. Konami was churning out the Western Silent Hill games. Like Japanese games were trying to appeal to a Western demographic. That's why you had things like Never Dead come out. They were all trying to capture that Western market. And here you had Keiji Inafune saying like, well, let's go back to our roots. Let's make Mighty number 9, and then what was it? Project Red Ash. Red Ash was the Mega Man Legends thing that never happened. I think it was called Red Ash, the Indelible Legacy or something like that. So yeah, Keiji was hyped up beyond belief. He was going to be the savior of Japanese games. And then Mighty number 9, I think the biggest issue with that was scope, because he got so much money up front for, it was like a PS3, PS4, Wii U copy, Vita copy, all these things. And then he greenlit I think a sequel and an anime or a 3D like Jimmy Neutron Mighty number 9 series was about to happen. Shout out to Near Do Well for becoming a member. So like Mighty number 9 came out and it wasn't great. I wouldn't say it was the worst, but it just did not have the speed of a Mega Man game. It didn't have the fluidity, the balance. I remember like the system in it was like called the dash system or whatever. Like you had to stun enemies and then dash through them to absorb their powers. I had played just a little bit of Mighty number 9, but I did watch like a full Let's Play. There was a guy I used to watch that ran Mega Man. He was like a Mega Man speedrunner. So I watched him because he had a better technical understanding of the game, and he was just ragging on it the whole time. And they basically ran Keiji Inafune out of town. Like his his name was kind of like a big mark of shame on any product. He also he was like a producer on Recore for the Xbox One and something else, but yeah, he kind of ruined it for a lot of people. Now, Iga, creator of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Iga had put out the Bloodstain Kickstarter, and that also got a lot of money, but Bloodstain is a kick-ass game. Bloodstain actually lived up to the hype, I think. All right, let me go through some chat here. Sorry, chat. A little history lesson there. MD Chaos says, funny thing is Capcom is catering more to the West more than ever now, just in a different way. I would say they've been churning out some good stuff, though. Like Resident Evil 7 is my favorite in the series, and that is very Western influenced. But they also have like their core stuff like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter, I can't even describe the popularity of Monster Hunter. Like when you go to Japan, it is everywhere, even in places you would not expect it to be. So they got that Monster Hunter money behind them. They're going to be okay. They can experiment now. Smeen Boy, did you find your name in the credits? Yes. In The Good Life, yes. My name is in the credits as Hikikomori Media. I'm in there somewhere. I think it's the Warmer Life tier, if you want to look. J-Man says, honestly, even before the Mighty No. 9 debacle, KG pushed outsourcing more than anyone, which in retrospect, besides DR2, was a disaster. Yeah, when the Canadians took over Dead Rising, that was the death knell. Was it Blue Castle? I like Dead Rising 2, and I even like Dead Rising 3, but 4 is just inexcusable on every level. 4, I was considering playing Dead Rising 4 for the Christmas stream, but I was like, why would I want to depress everyone on Christmas? I want everyone to have a kick-ass time, and I think we did. Blue Stinger's a funny game. Let's see. Gabriel says, I'll stand by RE6 combat system. I mean, I played through it on co-op. It's a decent co-op shooter, but I don't like that style of Resident Evil. Zombie says, I liked RE6. Would have been nice if the split screen was a bit better, though. Yeah. I think it has like 2 really good campaigns and then the Chris campaign. Ada's is in there as well, but I like Leon's campaign and I like Sherry's campaign. I honestly prefer Revelations, the Revelation series, to 6. But 7's my all-time favorite. So I think if I had to rank them, I don't have a tier maker here, but it'd be like Resident Evil 7, Remake 1, Remake 2, 3 OG, 4 OG, 4 Remake. I like 3 Make a lot. Resident Evil Survivor below that. Oh, wait, the Outbreak series. I'd probably put the Outbreak series above 3. 1 and 2, I really enjoyed playing those back in the day. I don't know, I'm not going to do a whole... There's like 25 Resident Evil games, so we're not going to do all that, but I like 7 the most. I honestly do. I don't really like 8 at all. I know everyone likes Lady D, but 8 reminded me a lot of a Mega Man game in structure. I don't know how to say that other than like each boss zone felt like a different level, different area, and there was just too many antagonists and it lost its focus. It just felt silly. I don't know how to say that. It was like a weird version of Resident Evil 4. Let's see. Miles says, at least Keiji Inafune, Swery, and Suda influenced Akiko's taste in video games. It was interesting to hear your story about meeting Inafune. Yeah, Mega Man Legends is one of my favorite games. Childhood game, present day game. He also was, I think he headed up the Onimusha series as well. Those are his, I mean, everyone claims he's like the father of Mega Man, but that's not true. He didn't create Mega Man, but he was one of the main producers on it. Let's see. considering you did a Swery 65 game ranking, would you do one for Suda51's games? Maybe. The thing is, me and the Grasshopper community, or at least the modern Grasshopper community, I think we're like oil and water. No, that's not true necessarily, because I'm actually friends with some of the OG Suda heads, the OG Grasshopper heads, like the people from the Syndicate. But if I'll give you like my top 5 Suda games. Hands down, Killer 7's number 1. Killer 7's number 1. Number 2, you're going to hate this, even though it's not primarily a Suda game, but I really like Shadows of the Damned. I know he's not the main director, but I liked the concept. I love the history behind Shadows of the Damned, and it means a lot to my channel and me. I know that game like the back of my hand. So Killer 7, Shadows of the Damned. Once again, somebody's going to hate this next answer. No More Heroes 2. Sorry, I'm one of the ones who loves No More Heroes 2. It hit me at the right time in my life. When No More Heroes 2 came out, I was in the peak of my retro video game collecting. Like, I was collecting NES games and Super Nintendo games and all the 8-bit jobs and, like, rooting out Santa Destroy and just, like, focusing on just jobs and the boss fights. I liked it. And I know that's not technically a Suda-directed game, but I'll just say it's in there. But if I had to say Suda-directed game, the next up would be, let's see. It's hard to say because, like, he takes a lot of different roles whenever he does stuff. But I'm just going to say we'll do Grasshopper in general because, like, Suda's around. So we'll say Grasshopper in general. So far, Killer 7, Shadows of the Damned, No More Heroes 2. We'll probably put No More Heroes 1 below that because they're really neck and neck. And number 5. That's a tough one. I do like the Kill the Past series, but out of all the Kill the Past series, I like the Silver Case the best. I don't really like Flower, Sun, and Rain from a gameplay standpoint. I don't like Flower, Sun, and Rain from a gameplay standpoint. And what's really bizarre to me is the new Suda fan base holds Flower, Sun, and Rain up as like an avant-garde masterpiece. Like it's a Andy Kaufman-esque, like, anti-game kind of thing. And while I understand it from that perspective, it is a miserable game to play all throughout. And it also gets tedious. It makes you do a lot of tedious back and forth fetch questing. And I know that's the point and all that, but it's funny. You have to play the Silver Case to really appreciate it. But I don't know. Maybe a remaster might change my opinion on it. Like if they cut out some of the busy work and then improve the graphics more like the PS2, I'd be down with it. But the DS one is, it's rough. Hey, we got $2 super chat from Detective Glaive. Thank you so much. I heard you like Mudkips. Detective Glaive asks, or says, can I just say you actually got me to play Contact? Well, hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Contact was made from former Lovedale-lick. I think his name is Akira something. The director of Contact was also the director of Michigan Report from Hell. Oh, if Michigan Report from Hell. How did I forget that? We're changing up the list. Killer 7, Shadows of the Damned, No More Heroes 2, Michigan, The Silver Case. Those are my top 5 Grasshopper games. Michigan is so funny all throughout. That's one of my favorite videos we did on here. If you need a good Halloween game, Michigan Report from Hell. You can play through it in Japanese and get around just fine, but the Euro copy is really expensive now. Smeen Boy says, No More Heroes 2 is one of my favorites. First exposure to Suda games earlier in my life. People think you have shitty taste if you like No More Heroes 2, but I Really liked it. I liked the variety of things, and I just liked how streamlined it was. It's like, the thing is, I do like a good story game every once in a while, but to me, it's not what I prioritize. I like a good, fluid game that I can pick up and play and run through multiple times. Like Resident Evil 3 Remake, everyone hates that. I like it because it is so fun to speedrun. But, you know, I got shitty taste. So, don't listen to me. Oh, and speaking of Flower, Sun, and Rain, I was gifted this by our good friend of the channel. I got a Flower, Sun, and Rain mug right here. I think I showed this off in my Deadly Premonition 2 video. But yeah, I haven't drank anything out of this. I just keep pins in here. I keep like weird things. Like this is my Klonoa pen. This shit's really rare. I don't know if it'll focus, but that's from the game Klonoa on the Wii. And then this is my Resident Evil Outbreak radio clip. This like carboner here. So this is from Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, if it'll focus. Probably not. Focus. It doesn't want to focus, but oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so this is a radio, and it has a compass on there, and it also is like a carboner that can clip onto a backpack, and it's got a headphone, like a 3.5 millimeter jack in there, so you can like listen to the radio in case there's an emergency. In my Resident Evil Online video, there's a little bit where I use this. I don't know. That's what I use my Flower, Sun, and Rain mug for. I ought to take that with me. I need to clean that out and actually use it in my life. Near Do Well says, where are we, by the way? Oh, we're at 3:35. Okay, we're going to... few more questions and we're going to wrap it up, folks. Sorry about that, but I'm thirsty. I'm sweating, too. Near Do Well asks, could they ever re-release Michigan in North America? I don't know. I think Suda said he wants to remake the game in VR. And if he does that, that would be great. But go out there and buy Romeo is a Dead Man. If you want to see Grasshopper games, you gotta buy them. I made a plea in my Shadows of the Damned Hello Remastered video for Grasshopper Games to actually buy the games. Don't just be like a fan of the aesthetic or whatever. Give them some money. Give them money and you'll get what you want. That's how that works. Even if you don't play Shadows of the Damned, even if you don't... I had some guy... I hate this shit, by the way. I hate how there's always some pretentious guy that wants to write you like a whole essay on why Shadows of the Damned is Suda slop. He has to reduce it to Suda slop, knowing nothing about all the shit that he went through to even make that game. Okay? But he's like, I'm not buying it. It's too expensive. It's Suda slop. I think it was like $20 or something like that. I was like, that's a small... You don't have to buy it just for the game. You are buying it to keep Suda off the streets so he can keep making games. And then I have other people write me comments all the time like, why do you cover sweary in Suda games? They're all washed. They're all washed up. I was like, I don't think that's true necessarily. I think they still got, a couple good games in them. But the thing is, it's hard for them to find funding for their games. Like, Suda doesn't have Capcom money to fund another Killer 7, okay? It's real tough. So they have to like kind of resort to like making a bunch of these B and C level games because Swery and Suda don't own all their like most prominent IPs. Like Swery doesn't own Deadly Premonition. Suda doesn't own No More Heroes. So they are at the mercy of other companies. Right now, what Swery and Suda are trying to do is establish IP that they actually own and can profit off of and control and build their own universes. That's why you saw Good Life stuff in Hotel Barcelona. So, like, what's really killing them is just calling all their games slop and then not buying them, you know? Sometimes you gotta put a little risk out there, put a little skin in there, put a little seed money out there and see what grows from it. So far, I'm getting burned on my seed money in the sweary camp, but I'm excited for Romeo's a Dead Man. Average YouTube video essay sophistry, indeed. You're right about that. You just hear other people's words coming out of random, like, hey, I watched that same video essay, and I can see that's your opinion now. Fun Guy says, Shadows of the Dam coming out as good as it ever even was with everything behind the scenes is a testament that everyone still cared. Yeah, guys, Shadows of the Damned had to be canceled and restarted 4 times. 4 times. I'm happy it came out at all, but I love Garcia and Johnson. I like the structure of the game. It's fast. It's fun to play. It ain't perfect, but for a Resident Evil 4 clone, you can't get much better. And the soundtrack, get out of town. Okay, 3 more questions. Trio says, Hikiko, have you ever played this game called Under the Skin? Yes, I have it. Let me see if I have it. Let me see. Hold on. I know I have it. Somewhere. I do have a copy of it, but Under the Skin is like a weird body snatching game where you play as like a little blue alien, and you have to, it's kind of like you guys know that what is it, the Destroy All Humans game? It's like Capcom's version of Destroy All Humans, and then like Jill and Nemesis are in it for some reason. Okay, 2 more questions. Make them good. I'm going to try and get somebody who I haven't answered a question from. So if you feel like you've been ignored, ask some questions. I want to answer from somebody who hasn't chatted a bunch, and then we got to go. J-Man Rising says, favorite Christmas movies. Of course, I love Home Alone 1 and 2. That's a given. I like Ernest Saves Christmas. Tokyo Godfathers is my all-time favorite Christmas movie. That's my final answer. It's my favorite animated film. It's my favorite Christmas movie. I'm gonna eat some Chinese food and watch that shit. For sure. That's gonna happen.
Hey, bro.
We got another super chat from Detective Glaive. This is not going to count towards the questions, but shout out to Detective Glaive with the $5 super chat. I have bought all of Suda's games that I can, keeping the Grasshopper manufacturer alive. Well, thank you for your service. Thank you to everyone who's buying the games, even if you don't like them. Okay, I don't like the 25th Ward, but I bought 2 copies of it. I reviewed the game 3 times on the channel. Oh my god. Somebody reminds me of that every year. It's like, hey, remember when you made like 3 videos on the 25th Ward? Those are my favorite. Oh, we got one, and we got a tech question from Naganomancer. I hate to burn a question from the communal pool, but what capture device do you use? I use the Elgato Game Capture Pro 60. I think it's the Elgato Game Capture Pro 60. Or Elgato Game Capture 60 Pro. It is a live direct capture card that's built into my PC. The reason why I do it is because it's instantaneous one-to-one playback. So I can actually play it off my monitors, or off my TV. I've got it split out to another TV. And it's just never given me issues. Some of the time, I guess like with retro systems, it has some signal issues, but you can smooth that out with an OSSC. Thanks for the tech question. Okay. Last question. I'm not answering that one. Come on. Let's get them in here. Final question. Final question of the night before I wish you all Merry Christmas. You guys have been amazing, by the way. We had a lot of fun tonight. Shout out to the archive. If you guys don't know, you can watch old cool streams. There's a cool stream playlist. There's a live tab. Go watch my Sweary Files video. Leave a stupid comment. It doesn't even have to make sense. Leave some AI spam comment, whatever you want. Just leave a comment on that video. Give it a thumb. Either direction, I don't care. Share that video if you want. Share the Sweary Files. We want to boost that up. We need to boost those numbers up. Get it seen. So get these questions in. I'm gonna draw one out of a hat here, okay? Well, I didn't see your question. Where is it up here? Oh, okay. I'm gonna see what questions here. I think I've already answered one of Trio's. Vein Sick, you might be the one. I don't know. All right. I think I'll go with Vein 6. If anyone else... Okay, we're going to answer Vein 6. Vein 6 asks, why is Uncle Death the best character of all time? Well, this is a tall question. He's played by one of the Dudesons, for one, at least in the original game. I always describe him as like a frenemy. Like, he's super funny and really wicked cool, but he also has dark ulterior motives. Like, he's got a smile on his face and a dagger in your back at the same time. He also has a really cool intro. I love, when I do the cool stream, I love Uncle Death's energy because it's the same energy I want to match for the cool stream. He has the death drive. He starts up the death drive 128. That's how we start up the cool stream. But the sad part is there is a Let It Die Inferno out, and they recasted Uncle Death. It's no longer one of the Dudesons, and he just sounds like a stock surfer bro, like Fast Times at Ridgemount High. Yeah, like Fast Times, Sean Penn. Like, just your most generic beach bum. And I was really disappointed by that. But, yeah, if you like the Dudesons also had, like, a crossover with CKY and Bam Margera. So that's how I knew them. And then, skateboarder culture. He's like a relic from that early 2000s era when Jackass and CKY and all that stuff was prominent. He's got a little bit of a luchador, Mexican wrestling aspect. That's the Suda influence in there too. But Smeen Boy, we're going to answer your question. You already know the answer to this, but if you've been watching the channel, what is your favorite RPG Maker game? And that, of course, is Lisa the Painful RPG. I've been Hikiko. This has been the Cool Stream. Merry fucking Christmas to all of you. Thanks for hanging around as long as you did. I'll see you in the new year. Bye-bye.